I'm King, and you're listening to another episode of the Anime Summit podcast. After this, why not come over to the Anime Plummet podcast and keep this party rolling? We're covering all your favorite seasonals, isekais, and stinky trash. Find out more at animesummit.net. We'll see you on the other side.
Welcome back to the Anime Summit podcast, and with me our special hosts Danny,
Yo,
Nick,
what up,
and welcome to the 9th annual Summies. You bitch. That's where we each pick our top 10 of the previous year, or the year that just happened, whatever. 2024. The year 2024, best anime 2024. Predict right now what you think our top like 1 or 2 or 3 are gonna be. Pause it right now and go, this is gonna be Danny's, this is gonna be Nick's, this is gonna be Sam's. Write it down. If you get mine right, I'll send you a cat. Like an actual, just like a whole cat.
I'll send an emoji.
Nick will give you an emoji from his drawer of trinkets, emoji trinkets. Danny will send you feet pics. Anyways.
I was going to say a pizza slice.
Oh, yeah, because she's Italian. That's right. Yeah, Danny, send him something
It'll
Italian.
be cold by the time it gets there. No, it'll still be hot and ready.
It's
It'll
not.
be in
It's
one
not
of those,
DiGiorno's.
like, heated pizza boxes.
It's not DiGiorno's. It's Danny's. All right. So let's. I'm excited. Okay, and then partway through, maybe about halfway through, before we get into our top 5, we're gonna read some of your guys' top 5. Those who listed them in the Discord, and then kind of get the public opinion participation happening up in here. Yeah, on the catwalk. Okay? I'm not going to waste no time. Let's just jump right in. AnimeSummit.net. That's where you can go to buy merch. Scroll down, and you find the word Linktree. You click on the word Linktree, and it brings you to the place where you can follow, and where all the places where you can listen and follow and subscribe and all that good stuff. Please leave comments anywhere. We like to read comments. I got to make sure I be looking out for those more. But one comment that we got on the Jeopardy the Jeopardy thing that we did with Kai for the holidays was from Lone Wolf. He said fun topics. Yeah, Kai came up with those. So shout out to Kai, guysoflolly.com. And on the free for all episode, we got, has anyone seen Vox Machina show on Prime? And that was also from Lone Wolf. No, but I've been getting back into like D20 stuff. That's like based on the D20 thing, right? I could be wrong. But anyways, yes. So leave comments places, okay? And also Spotify and all that good stuff. And then one more thing I want to mention. Make sure you go listen to Anime Plummets, the sister podcast. That's what's up. And on the YouTube, I have not uploaded the last like 4 episodes. I got 2 of them on there today, and then last week's will go on there, and then I'll make sure I do this one on time. So I apologize for that. There was a lot of stuff going on, but I got them up there. We got them going, so we got her. And I'm going to pass it out to Danny for one more little quick announcement, and then we'll go to the next segment. Danny, what do you got?
Hey, so I was a special guest on King's Drunken Court for Valentine's Day. That came out this past Wednesday, so check that out after you listen to this. But also, I wanted us to start announcing what we're reading in Manga Club, because we used to do that.
Yeah.
We don't do anymore, so I'm.
Well, that was your job, Danny.
Well, whatever.
Everyone yell.
Anyway, so for March, for next month, we are reading Now That We Draw. And for our long term, we're reading Prison School, and our other short term, we're reading Nana.
Dude,
So-
now that we draw, is that the new, right? That just like, didn't that just start?
Yeah. That was
Or like a year
so
ago,
that-
maybe.
Yeah. That was Doom's pick. Well, we recently started doing like a wheel spin, and
Yep.
if you win the wheel spin, you get to pick one of the short terms for the month. And this past wheel spin, Doom won, and so now that redraw is their pick. So
Oh.
we're going to be reading that this coming meeting.
It was started in 2023 by Kyo Takahata and Yuji Kaba in Young Animal Magazine. Okay, so it's already kind of a ways in. I want to read that. Yeah, maybe I'll give that a read.
Come to the meeting.
I don't want to. Like, I'm busy.
You're such a bitch.
Every time, dude, it's just,
You're such a fucking bitch, man. God. I'm gonna just kick you out of the manga club thread.
Oh, man. All right. Hell yeah. So that's another reason to join the Discord, and that's on the link tree, okay? So join the Discord. Also, what's else fun on the Discord is you can play Nick's emoji quiz game. Every Friday, we give the answer for the previous week and then post a new one on the Discord and then reveal last week's answer, which Nick's about to do right now.
All right, so the winner was Sen. It's been a while, and the answer was erased. I'm quite proud of my
Nice
first
one.
hint because nobody got it.
Nice one.
It was my first hint was the scene where the little girl is at breakfast and she's like blinking and seeing an empty plate and seeing a full plate. And it was like a really sad scene.
Yeah.
It's hard to like put that into emojis though, so
That's the thing that
and
people...
then I just made it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was like, that's the thing
I
that...
made an easy hint at the end of that. So
That's the thing that our listeners got to understand is that Nick has a specific way of thinking. And in our Discord, they call it Nick Brain Rot, which is really funny because it's actually really smart. But like,
I like the one that was Code Geass. It was a computer coder, and then the gay symbol, and then a peach.
Yeah.
Code gay ass.
dude, yeah, you have to like he's like he'll put emojis for like a specific thing or character or meme or scene, and sometimes he'll just do like a general thing of the show, but you'll never know which until you really think about it, which is hilarious.
Yeah, my favorite is still the 10 pieces of cheese for tenchi.
No, my favorite is the Chizuru.
Tenchi.
The Chizuru one was good.
Which one was that?
It was a piece of cheese, and then
like a kangaroo,
a
or something.
with for roux. Yeah. Cheese roux, so it was a cheese roux.
Oh my
yeah,
god,
it's so fucking funny.
Like I can't. Like, I did the 2 kangaroos for JoJo, like Joey.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of a stretch. Took people a while.
Joey. Oh, man. Okay. Question of the week is not a question of the week. It's just really quick. Tell someone fuck you, whoever you want. Could even be an anime character. Could even be someone real.
Fuck you.
All right. Thank you. You're a fucking bitch. All right. I'll take it. Nick?
I don't know. I got
You
nothing.
could tell it to the Marvel Rivals player.
Elon Musk. Fuck you.
Okay, yeah. Great. Good. Good.
Yeah.
That's probably the best answer.
Yeah.
That is the best answer.
To
Please don't cancel us.
all the videos I've seen where there's people scalping the Pokemon Center vending machines in stores. Fuck all of you guys.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Literally go fuck
That's fair.
yourselves.
That's fair.
And like, I would not mind if you like, I don't know, sat on a cactus. Anyways,
I've eaten
stepped in
cactus
some-
before.
Or stepped in some dog shit barefoot.
yeah, once some dog shit, but we'll go do waffle.
Oh, and just let it squish between your toes.
Wow,
Yeah.
waffle stomp it, you fucking bitches. Yeah, dude, Nick, if you ever had nopales, that's cactus. It's really good. It's a good Mexican cactus dish.
Sidebar: do you guys waffle stomp your leftover soap down the drain? You know when you're showering and you have like a little sliver of soap, you just waffle stomp it down there.
I use body wash.
Yeah, sometimes
I use a bar.
sometimes it gets so small that it just kind of goes down there. But like, yeah, I mean,
Some just eats it.
I just let it. Yeah, I just eat it. I'm like, I gotta wash the insides.
No. Some you put the shard of soap up your butt. You're like, I'll be fresh for a day.
I gotta get it in there. I gotta get clean.
Soap suppository.
What? Waifu and husbando, Danny. What do you got?
Oh man. Okay. Waifu is Lulu from Brave Bang Braven, and husbando is Ken Takakura from Dandadan.
Nice one. Nice one. I mean, I think it goes without saying. Let's just get this show started. And I will be doing the opening music, so here we go.
I was gonna say it's a SpongeBob thing, right?
Actually,
we could just add that in as.
I do
music.
have
That's
the
all we
sound. Yeah, I have the sound. I can do this. Oh my god. Anyways,
All right, do it.
yeah. God, we're such millennials, dude. We're so stupid.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Tsh, da, 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 da. Di, da, di, di, da, di, di, da, 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 da. Di, da, di, li, da, di, li, di, da. Di, da, di, li, di, da, di, li, 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 da, di, da, di, di, da, di, di, da.
Dude, let's fucking do it, man. Let's do it.
Remember when they said they were gonna do the SpongeBob for the halftime show at the Super Bowl, and they like kind of chickened out on it?
Oh man, we were all so hyped for that. We're like,
They did like a quarter second of it because like it was probably some bullshit like rights or thing or whatever.
half of us were like, no way, and the other half was like, yeah, they're gonna do it. It's gonna be sick.
I want like fucking The Weeknd or whoever to dress up as SpongeBob and do the actual SpongeBob performance. You know what I'm
I
saying?
bet you he would. He would do it too.
He'd do a good
He's
job.
such a goofy guy. Like he probably would. Okay. We're gonna start from 10 and go all the way up, round table it, of course. And we're doing this in Danny Nick Sam order, which is DNS, which stands for
Danny Nixon.
double nobility shitty caca. Anyways, Danny, if you would like to kick us off with number 10 of the 9th annual Summies, our number 10 pick.
Alrighty.
Danny.
Well, my
Go ahead,
number
Danny.
10. I am.
Number 10.
Stop, just like,
What are you talking about? I'm talking. What?
Danny's right. Danny's like, and that's my number 10. Sounds
And that's
like,
my
go
number
ahead,
10.
Danny.
All right, back to
All right,
you.
Danny, it's your turn.
All right.
You guys are bitches. That's it. This will be my last episode of the day.
She's like, quit on spot.
I'm retiring. I'm never doing this ever again.
Oh, no.
No.
You sound like a donkey when you do that.
All right. Number 10.
Can I say my
You sound
number
like
10?
a fucking donkey.
Oh,
Oh, my God.
yes, number 10.
Yeah. Okay, go. Dan,
Gosh.
Jesus
Jesus,
Christ,
God,
son.
start already, Nick. God.
Ba, 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 ba.
God, come on.
All right, Danny.
Jeez Louise.
Nick was setting you up. He was
guys-
setting you up. Okay, sorry. Go
You
ahead.
guys
Yeah.
were the one. Fucking Nick was all like, "We gotta spend less time on the talking about our
Yeah,
things." And
well,
here
we
are
started the
fucking
timer,
around.
Danny. I mean, you're the one going slow here. so
Fuck you. Fuck you.
you got like 30 seconds left.
Here we go.
Jeez.
All right, Danny.
Okay,
Go ahead, Danny.
my number 10. I hate you.
Your turn, Danny. Okay, let's stop.
hate
All right, we're done. Yeah, we're done for real. We're done for real. We're done for real.
Ugh.
That was good. That was good. That was good.
God damn it. My number 10 is Twilight Out of Focus. This was from summer.
I don't remember this one at all. Oh, it's
'Cause you
BL.
probably
That's
didn't
why.
watch it, so
It's BL.
this
Look at the
is-
size of their hands. It's definitely BL.
What are you talking about?
I'm so upset that I forgot about this one because it was good.
I can't believe you didn't put.
I
this
can't believe
down.
it's not butter, Danny.
Oh, this was a summer show too. That's why. Because
Yeah,
I was off for that episode.
It's like they take like a film class, which is cool, and they're roommates, and it's like, dude, don't be gay. He's like, all right, don't be gay, and that's like their promise to each other.
Tags. Boys love. That's the number one tag.
I just also really enjoyed that they adapted all of the manga,
They got it all in there, huh?
like
Oh, this is a short
all-
manga then.
all of the short stories. Yeah. So I was very impressed with that and everything. So.
I'm surprised they fit all that girth into such a short hallway of episodes.
God.
Really quick, I want to ask you,
I don't know.
did it end pretty well? Like, it was a good ending?
You didn't finish it?
No, I just said I forgot about it.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah.
God. I'm ashamed.
All right,
How are
Danny.
we-
Why should
How
we
are
watch
friends?
Tasugari Out Focus?
You should watch Twilight Out of Focus because it revolves around the gay boys and how they fall in love with each other. It's not even like porn. It's just a wonderful romance. And it doesn't even solely focus heavily on just one couple. It focuses on three couples. So, and they're all pretty much involved in the film club at their school and stuff like that. So, yeah, I really liked this one. This one I honestly really enjoyed watching when it was airing. So.
And as a big romance person, you say it's good. So, I mean, I take that. That's enough for me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's really great. I really
If you like
enjoyed
boys
it.
love.
If you like BL, yeah.
If
I mean,
you
I'm
just
looking.
like-
I've just
not
looked at the
even-
poster.
not
It's
even
two guys
that.
on the beach.
Not even if you like boys love. Like if you just like,
It's just
excuse
good
me, if you like,
romance.
if you just like romance in general, it's just really good. It just Twilight Out of Focus has a very good way of telling love stories about three different couples. So
Now, are they all guys?
they are all men.
Okay.
Yes. So,
Nice.
Yeah, I really like this one. This one was.
I am
good.
going to finish that, and then I will come back to you and be like,
And
that
you'll
was
probably
so...
forget about it after you said that.
I've
am
already
busy.
forgotten about it.
I'm trying to become like Blood, the Mahjong wizard, okay? It's really hard.
Yeah. Okay.
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 I'm trying to get Green Imperial Jade. That doesn't matter. Anyways,
I'll believe it when I see it, and right now I don't believe you.
I will
You
screen
sit on
cap it. You are a butthole.
You sit on a throne of lies.
You're a throne of butts. And Gabagool. Nick, what's your number 10?
Speaking of Gabagool, whatever you said, I was going to say that. My number 10, I'm very not confident in this one. I'm just going to say it's Makin or making
Making in the making.
Too Many Losing Heroines. Now this is not really a Nick type of show because it's like a romance comedy, love mess, like web of different characters in high school, just like,
Yeah.
they're having their teen romances and there's like misunderstandings and characters being neurotic and like overthinking everything and that's the type of thing. But like the reason I put this one mostly because I missed a lot of the summer shows and like this
Sure.
whole year I actually missed a couple other shows I wanted to watch, like Spice and Wolf. I wanted to finish that one. I didn't have time because that one might have been number 10 otherwise. But this one was kind of good. Like this one had really high production values. It was A1 Pictures. It looked pretty good for A1 actually, and they didn't have the A1 like face where they all looked like Kirito. Only like half of them looked like Kirito, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty funny. Like I enjoyed all of like their different quirks, and even though it wasn't my type of show where it's like a high school rom-com, I'm really kind of drifting away from those. I think that this was one of the better ones that I've seen lately, and it leans into like self-aware humor and meta commentary on the harem cliches and that type of thing. And so, yeah, my favorite character. Probably, I like the little sister because she always calls her brother. What's she call her brother? Like dear brother every time. Like she's like obsessed with him, and like the other girls are like, did you make her call you this? And she's like, no, she just does that. So yeah, it's a pretty good show, especially if you like the rom-coms, especially if you like the the twisted nature of these characters, just getting all weirded out by it, and it's pretty good. But again, I'm not the best person to pitch this show, but it was pretty good. I would say this, like starting my list, I think that this year for me was pretty top heavy.
Mm-hmm.
The top like roughly 3-4 shows were much stronger than the rest of them for me. So this bottom half of my list is going to be just like wacky shit pretty much. So
Yeah.
get prepared.
Okay. Hell yeah. This one is gonna come up later, so I don't have to talk about it too much.
All right, Sam, you ready to go? Sam, you're up.
Sam,
Throw
where's
it
Sam?
back at her.
Where'd she go? I can't hear her. Nick,
just-
can you hear her?
All right, I deserve that.
All right, your time's starting, Sam.
All right. You bunch of bitches. This one we're gonna kind of talk about later. Some people are gonna call me a fake fan for having it at number 10. But
Fake
listen,
fan.
this is all right.
Spoilers. I don't even have this on my list.
This is There was a bunch that I thought should have been on my list, and they got beat out by everything I have above it. So, for me personally, okay, these are personal, so whatever.
Yeah,
But
so are mine. Yeah.
Ranma Half, the remake of Ranma Half. It's a remake. It's a good remake though. It's really good. I like it a lot. Yoshiko Saito is one of the animation directors, and he's just fucking cool to me, and it shows in the parts where it matters to me in it anyway. But that being said, Ranma Half. There's a reason why I love Rumiko Takahashi stuff, and a lot of it is put into like what I consider the big three, which is Ranma, Inuyasha, and Urusei Yatsura. Some people may disagree with that, but I think those are like her big three anyway, and a lot of love. There's a lot of love in this show, and I like it a lot. It's very creative. It's very funny. And Kung Fu Panda. That's all you need to know. Okay. Back to Danny for number 9. Going into number 9.
Okay. My number 9 is the magical girl and the evil lieutenant used to be arch enemies.
Wait, which one was this
Danny,
one?
I haven't even heard of half the shows on your list. This is all.
Oh, this is a
learning
yeah,
experience.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is a short. This is a
Dude.
TV
Oh,
short.
this. Oh, you showed us the OP for this. This
Yeah,
is, this
the
is
Yeah.
good
art in
OP.
this is so good.
This looks
I'm
great.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it. I should have watched. Dude, the character.
Where was
so
this
I don't know
now?
who Bellatrix is, but she's fine as wine.
Isn't that the Harry Potter lady?
No, she's a fuck. Well, that's Bellatrix Lestrange. There's a character in that. Why is it? Who are you talking about? Helena Bonham Carter? She's hot too.
She could give me some strange. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Okay, sorry, Danny. Go ahead.
It's fine. I'm used to it by now.
She's so done. Dude.
All right, Dan, it's your turn.
I legit didn't mean to. Yeah, sorry, but yeah, no, the art in this looks really good. Sorry, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is based off of a manga that unfortunately got canceled due to the mangaka passing away.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That
It was
Dude,
very
that's a death sentence in Japan. Being a mangaka, Jesus,
I know. Yeah, that's terrible.
it's more dangerous than underwater welding or
Underwater
skydiving.
Okay, so what is this one about, Danny? Because I kind of want to watch
I mean, it's literally kind of
it.
like
In the title.
in the title in itself. It's
Self-explanatory.
I'll just quickly read the synopsis off
Sure.
of AniList. It says an evil organization invades and destroys everything in its path. The brains of the brutal operation is the king's right-hand man, an evil lieutenant named Mira. Everything changes when a magical girl named Byakuya Mimori tries to stop the evil group in their tracks. When Mira confronts her, he knows it's love at first sight. So pretty much it's like the evil right-hand man falls in love with the magical girl, and they just, they know they're arch enemies, and they kind of like play it off, especially when like the evil organization, like when Mira's coworkers are present and stuff. They kind of like he acts tough about it, but then there are like some moments where Mira is just totally in love with Byakuya, and like it's really funny when you pick up on his sign of like he loves her is when like his eyeglasses like crack a little bit.
Huh?
So
Is it like a running gag, like his eyeglasses cracked or whatever?
it is a little bit of a running gag, yeah. But it's a super easy watch. All of the episodes
Studio Bones did
are
this.
12 minutes long. So
It's a
Oh, this is a 12-minute episode. Oh my!
It's a
I'm
shorty.
definitely watching this.
I said it's
Studio
a TV short.
Bones.
I
Yeah,
said it's a TV short.
She said that knock. Damn it.
It's a Bones show and it's a short. That is like right up my alley.
It's right up your butt. So it's like a
By
Romeo
the way,
and
Sam,
Juliet
did you
situation.
see?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And then
I'm
there's
liking this Habana's Angel.
there's
character.
so there's another magical
ridiculous.
girl. Her name is Hibana, and she curses all the time.
Mm.
It's really funny. So Yeah, this one was honestly really great. I really liked this one a lot. Just the animation alone was just gorgeous. And this is definitely like, it was a very interesting take of, forbidden love. We've had what was it? Love After World Domination. Like that one was a great like forbidden love type of thing. This one was definitely different. Not only is Byakuya a magical girl, but she obviously doesn't get paid well to be a magical girl, so she does like these odd jobs. She's actually a struggling magical girl. She doesn't live this like luxurious life or anything. She lives in a rundown apartment. She's always taking odd jobs. But she still has like her civic duty of being a magical girl and stuff like that. So,
Nick posted a picture that he bought his Angel character, and that would be Nick's favorite character.
Oh, that
fucking
yeah.
bird
Those
muscle
things
Bonnie's
are
man.
Angel
fucking
definitely owns a
creepy
comic book
as hell.
shop.
Yeah.
There's another one. Byakuya has one, and it's the cat. And it's a cat.
Oh my god, that's my favorite.
And
already.
the cat freaking smokes cigarettes and stuff. So.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
It's just like Smokey.
Just like Smokey, man. Oh, Smokey. He was a fun cat, dude. All right. Okay, well, I'm going to have to peep game. Me and Nick are going to have to peep game on that. Danny putting us out. Everywhere she goes, she putting now. Putting now. Okay. What do you got, Nick, for number 9? Oh,
I'm actually
the audible. I saw it.
changing the order. I'm
You
changing
chad.
the order.
That's
Oh, you
chad.
know what? I'm not doing that. Just kidding.
That's Chad.
Because it worked out perfectly. It worked because, okay, you'll see why number 8 is number 8, because it's funny.
You Chad.
All right, number 9. Take a guess at what number 8 is if you know what came out this year. Number 9, I am I'm mentioning Gushing Over Magical Girls.
Oh, this fucking show.
And this is another Magical Girls series, not quite like the one that Danny was talking about, because this one has nudity and boobies. So it's by Studio Asahi Production, based on a web manga, action comedy, girls love, ecchi. There's definitely like the uncensored version, which I would recommend. It doesn't get, well, actually no, and there's also like pee and stuff too. It gets pretty crazy, but it's also like, it doesn't get that dark. I would say this is less dark than stuff like Madoka and even like parts of Sailor Moon. This is like less dark than all of those. It's more comedy than anything, but it just has boobies in it. So the characters here are really funny, and it's a twist on the genre. So it centers on this girl, Utena Hiragi, and she's a fan of magical girls, and she finds herself transformed into a dominatrix magical girl, and she opposes the hero she idolized. So she's like the enemy at that point. And so it's the inversion of the roles, and it's just kind of like a funny thing where she captures all these other girls and subjects them to like, tentacles and whips and stuff like that. It's fucking hilarious. It's been a while since I watched this, so I can't give like specific scenes, but I would recommend just watching it on its own. Like the shock value is worth it to me. And yeah, you get a variety of different characters. You have like the kudereis, the what is it, the dairies, the yandereis, that type of thing. You have all the different character types in here.
The
So
Deuteronomies.
I think I always like the kudereis because they're like the deadpan girls. They're the funniest ones.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, don't watch this one in public. Obviously, there is nudity. So
And there's gushing, if you know what I mean.
and yeah, I mean it's provocative, but it's also like optimistic and somehow also wholesome, which is weird. And so yeah, like if you want a wholesome yet also ecchi magical girl show, then I recommend Gushing Over Magical Girls. So there you go.
Nice one, mate. Nice one. Let me see where I am. Oh, I got too many tabs open. There we go. Oh, Gushing on Magical Girls. That's another one. Okay. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Listen, this got knocked down way farther down than I wanted it to go. So don't yell at me.
But
But
it makes sense with the name.
Fucking Nick Zinger. Yeah, Go Loser Ranger. This was there is gonna be a season 2 coming out. This was from spring. Yeah, this is a Keiichi Sato directed show, which is dope as hell. But this is basically about these group of rangers, the Sentai Dragon Keepers, Ryujin Sentai Dragon Keepers. They come and save Earth from the bad guys, the Kaijin. And they just keep beating them so much that it turns into like a game show. And they basically have a deal where, hey, you guys come every Sunday. We'll entertain the people. It's part of, and we'll make it a weekly thing. And you guys got to come up with a monster of the week. And yeah, that's how we're going to do it. So then one of the Kaijin grunts decides to infiltrate the Dragon Keeper organization and basically be like, I'm done being the loser. Like, I'm done doing this weekly bullshit with these guys, and I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna get him. So you might find that in some places it's called Ranger Reject, but in Japanese it's called Sentai Dai Shikaku and Go-Go Loser Ranger in English. But it's basically you know how we say things that are in reverse or whatever? It's literally a reverse Sentai show. Like the Red Ranger guy is basically like Homelander, you know, kind of from The Boys. Or Omni-Man, you could say. And he's unhinged and crazy. And then the other Rangers just are like kind of snooty, rich dudes and snobby people. And the grunt guy is infiltrating. He's basically like gonna be like, I'm gonna fuck these people up, dude. Fuck them for treating us like this. I'm sick of it. The manga's really good, and I didn't think they were gonna go this hard with the show, and they did. I loved it. So if you're a big Sentai fan, which recently I've been getting back into it, I've been rewatching Gao Ranger. I've been rewatching the Japanese versions of Power Rangers, basically, because I haven't seen all of them, and getting back into that. So this is kind of cool for me. I'm a big Sentai fan. So if you're a big Sentai fan and you like reverse versions of things, that's what this is. So very cool.
What
show.
if you're a medium Sentai fan like me?
Then I would go rewatch the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers because it still holds up. Just watch the 5 episodes of the.
You guys were talking about that at the Discord.
Just rewatch the 5 episodes where the Green Ranger gives fucking the Power Rangers the business for 5 episodes by himself. Just fucking watch that. That's like the greatest part. It's so funny. Tommy Oliver, R.I.P. JDF. Okay, Danny, bringing it back with number 8. Here we go.
Sorry, I was linking all of your picks.
Oh yeah, Danny, I'm putting the hyperlinks under my titles because I forgot to do it. Thank you, Danny. Working well on the podcast. There, we'll take a shot.
I have one
I didn't even
left.
click on Loser Ranger. There's no link, so I didn't click on it.
Anyway, my number 8 is Black Butler, the public school arc. So this is a continuation of the Black Butler series.
This is an older series, isn't it?
Yeah. So Black Butler, the TV show for Black Butler came out in 2008, and it did have like a bunch of fillers, and it did have a season 2, but the Black Butler 2 is not canon at all to the manga. So there are certain numbers of episodes from the original show to watch, and then you can just go straight into the Book of Circus, and then after the Book of Circus there's an OVA called the Book of Murders, and then after that there's a movie called Black Butler Book of the Atlantic, and after that is the public school arc, I can't speak right now. Holy shit. The public school arc came out last year, so it was kind of like on a little bit of a hiatus. The movie came out in 2017, so there was a pretty big gap between the Book of the Atlantic and the public school arc. So, but it's just a continuation of kind of like murder mystery stories that CL and Sebastian undergo. There are definitely some really big spoilers that I really won't get heavy into, being that you guys haven't really watched it. But I'm just really glad that Black Butler is getting its spotlight again. I just really enjoy this type of dynamic of a show, just kind of like that murder mystery type of setting. So yeah, so I'm really glad that this is back, and it is going to get a sequel, which will be coming out spring, so it'll be coming out soon. So yeah,
That's what's up. All right. All right. Okay, Nick, number 8.
Let's dive on into my number 8.
Do I want? Shout out, King.
Kaiju number 8 is number 8.
You're real proud
So
of that.
for number 8,
that joke.
I have Kaiju number 8. I was going to move it, but then it's funnier to put it at number 8.
Oh my god, dude.
So this is like a monster, like a Godzilla style show, like literally a kaiju show, right? Like it's because kaiju, that was Godzilla, it was the first one, right? Basically, but anyway,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was the first, but God, I should know that.
ones.
I'm a fake fan, but yeah,
it's similar a little bit to Attack on Titan, JJK, Parasite in some ways, One Punch Man, Chainsaw Man. It has like a little bit of similarities to all those. I'd say there's
Godzilla
maybe a little
is the first kaiju movie.
Okay.
okay,
That's
nice,
what I was thinking.
Nice.
But yeah, giant monsters attacking the city. You got to defend the city. The only difference here is that the main character, he gains the kaiju powers, and he becomes kaiju number 8, I believe. That's what he's named by the military. And so they use him to help defend and defeat these monsters. And then also he's kind of also battling against the military at certain points in the show. And there's various characters he has relationships with. The main character's name is Kafka. He wants to... Who does he want to get with? Is it... it's one of the main women
It's
characters.
his childhood friend. He doesn't necessarily want to get with her.
He wants to like date her or something.
No,
anyway,
he wants to just be on her level, and she becomes like an elite.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. She's like one of the elites. That's
They're
right. 'Cause
childhood
he's chasing
friends,
her,
and they promise each other.
He's kind of like a washed up like 30-year-old. He's just over the hill. He might as well one foot in the grave. He's 30 as an anime character, like GG. But so he's on the cleanup crew, and he gains the powers, and then he gains a lot more respect and utility, and he fights against all these kaijus. My favorite kaiju is kaiju number 9 because it just looks crazy. It's just like this.
He looks like something they'd fight in Dandadan.
Yeah.
It really
it's
does.
like a demon type character. Yeah. It's all like one texture, like a gray white texture, and it has like a top hat looking thing, but that's like bone.
That's
or
like their
something.
head. Yeah,
It's really funky looking. I like it. And so yeah, this is just a fun show. I know that we'll be talking about this later in the episode too. So I really enjoyed it. Lots of action, crazy shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like classic anime fare. So I'm putting it on the list. I like
but
it.
done really good, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, done really well. Better than most.
It's done gooder than most.
Studio production IG based on a manga. There you go.
That's where I started. Yeah, I started reading the manga, the Mango Chutney, and it was just like, that's hype, man. Anyways, yeah,
and that's kind of why I picked it, because like you can't really get this in live action. I try to pick anime that you can't really get in live action, like the type of stories, or if it's really well done, like something I'll talk about later on the list.
Yeah. My number 8 is Buchigiri, who's the original creator, director, storyboard, is Hiroko Utsumi. So if you're a fan of Banana Fish or what is the other one that's very like this one? Skate. Color direction wise, it's very much like Skate. But anyways, Buchigiri is about Arigen Tomoshibi's reunion with his old pal Matsukata takes an unexpected turn when they stumble into a brawl with the toughest guys in town, And just when you thought things couldn't get weirder, a colossal genie decides to drop in. And so a genie kind of takes over his body, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna become djinns and do some buchigiri, and we're gonna be strong. And they're childhood friends, and they stop being friends, and then the main character realizes that the kind of delinquent path that his friend is taking, Matakara is taking, is like the wrong path. And then there's some big gang fights in it too, which is kind of cool. Love it. I love delinquent shit. You know. That's all.
That was really good animation. I remember watching the first couple episodes.
It does.
Does it stay well animated, or is it just the first few?
No, it does. It does.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
That genie dude, what's his name? Senya. That guy's crazy.
He's fucking funny, and like, but yeah, very very big red blue color theory put on this show. But not only is it's kind of more loosey goosey with the delinquent genre. There's like magical shit happening, obviously, because the genie comes down and whatever, super strength, that kind of thing. Very colorful. You definitely would not see students wearing some of the clothes that these guys are wearing. And some dudes get punched so hard that it would actually kill them. But, they survive, obviously, because it's an anime. But, like, it's a little more loosey-goosey. The reason why it's lower... Then there's just the stuff above this beat it out, because it didn't really, it paced kind of a weird way. There were some episodes in the middle that were slow, and it didn't really, the fight at the end became like a big kind of, I'm not gonna spoil it, but kind of spoil it, but like the fight at the end became kind of like a big kind of almost Dragon Ball Z kind of thing. And I was kind of like, oh man, come on, just get down there with your fists, punch him in the face, like Smokey does in my manga, Fist of Summit. You should see Smokey. He's kicking ass and taking names. And so is Danny. But like, yeah, I think color wise and art direction wise, it's pretty good. And it's still a delinquent story at the end of the day, and it's pretty funny with all the goofy shit that happens. So I liked it a lot. But yeah, Buchigiri, dude, it's a good one. And Danny taking us to the next number. Taking us higher up the tower.
7.
This isn't Tower of God. What are you talking about?
Sorry. Wrong anime.
My number 7 we will mention in further detail later. But my number 7 is Windbreaker.
Yeah!
Which came out in spring.
Everybody fart.
Everybody
We
fart.
mentioned Windbreaker.
I mean, in my personal opinion, I think this is a better delinquent show versus Buchigiri.
Mm-hmm.
I have Buchigiri paused because I did like the art direction for Buchigiri. It's very colorful, like, and the character designs are very crisp. But the story itself was a little like out there for me.
There's a part where it gets a little all over the place, and you're kind of like, okay, well,
it's just super goofy. I'm like,
why
what
is
are
he
you
a
doing?
jerk to his friend? And it's kind of weird.
Yeah, Sam, what are you doing? Why is it on your list?
Because I liked it a lot still. Shut up.
So, I personally liked Windbreaker more. I think the story in that is a little bit more fluent. So, but we can talk about it in more depth later for sure.
Yeah, Windbreaker's really good. I'm looking forward to talking about that with Danny some more. Yes. I
really liked this one. And I'm excited for more of it. I'm excited for the second season.
I want to see who the Dami Mami is, because I'm not reading the manga. I was gonna read it, and then they announced the anime. I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna watch the anime, and then so I'm gonna watch the anime.
I feel you.
Hell yeah. Number 7, Knockington.
Number 7, I have Oshinoko Season 2, or
Oshinoko.
I believe it's also known as My Star in English. It sounds weird to say My Star.
I heard this is getting
that
good.
Is the English title. Yeah, it's getting good. I actually liked Season 2 quite a bit. I didn't even put Season 1 on my list last year because I think my reason was that the first episode was so much better than all the other episodes that I just like... I don't know. Actually, last year had a lot more shows that I really liked. I think Oshinoko was like number 11 for me last year or something. But this year, little bit more opened up. So Oshinoko season 2, it continues from season 1 where you have two characters who are reborn into bodies into babies of an idol, and the idol. I guess I won't spoil season 1. I don't want to spoil season 1. So basically, something happens. They have to solve a mystery related to their mother who gave birth to them, and so it's a male and a female. And in season 2, it dives further into the entertainment industry, focusing on the manga and theater sectors. I really like the theater arc where they did a play and like the characters are having like flashbacks to like why they wanted to act and like how to act and their strategies and everything, and they're trying to outshine each other by doing different things. And so that was pretty cool, and it was like really well produced. Like the animation of this is crazy. This was done by Studio Dogakobo. Ooh, that's my favorite. Well, my favorite underdog studio. And so yeah, it looks really cool. This show has like the kind of the calling card of the show is the star in their eyes. Like they either get 1 or 2 stars in their eyeballs. And I think that's actually kind of the main characters get that, because Hoshino is the mother of the two main characters, Aqua and Ruby. And so like each of them has a star in one of their eyes, and Hoshino has stars in both of her eyes because like they're the star, So anyway, there's a lot more to it too. There's like more symbolism and stuff. But yeah, this one you get in this season, you learn more about the character Kana, the redhead girl, Akane, another aspiring actress, and a couple of the male actors and like directors and stuff like that. And then the mystery goes further, and you find out you end up meeting the main suspect related to the mystery. And I'm trying really hard not to spoil anything, because if nothing else, I would recommend at least watching Oshinoko episode 1, season 1. That's like a really good episode. It's freaking amazing. It's like a double length episode, I think. So yeah, definitely check this series out. It has a little bit of subtle humor, serious topics, pretty thrilling, really good animation, pretty much everything you want in an anime. And this show, I think you could make live action. It's like the one show that could work as live action on my list. All the other ones, not so much, at least not easily. Oh no, Makin you can make a live action, I guess. But yeah, this one and that one. Everything else on this is much more fantasy oriented for me. So there you go. Oshinoko season 2.
Is the manga still going? It is, right?
It finished.
I think it might be.
It finished.
Oh, it finished. Okay.
It's
nice.
done.
Oh, it just finished?
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Recently?
the anime can just screw right on through. Okay.
Yeah, it finished.
Screw right on through.
It finished November
Oh.
2024.
Okay.
So it finished fairly recently.
Yeah.
Speaking of finished, I finished my water. Got a new one.
There's a few. Freaking Nick. There's a few manga that I finished recently, and I'm like behind on, and I'm like, ah! And I have to poop. But anyway,
I think I underrated this. I think this probably should have gone on my list last year, but I'm gonna pull up that list and see if I could have bumped it in there. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, my number 7 is Demon Slayer: The Hashira Training Arc.
That's cheating, Sam. This is season 45 of Demon Slayer.
I know, but listen, some of the like the previous arc, like the Sword Village arc, that was hype. Don't get me wrong. That was hype, and the red light district.
Dude, every season of Demon Slayer is hype. I don't care what people say.
But this one, like, was kind of slow in the beginning, and then at the last 2-3 eps were like, holy ball sack, poo poo, pee pee, blown away.
There's not that many anime that have higher highs than Demon Slayer, I think.
The highs are really high.
Yeah, it has crazy highs.
Higher than Snoop Dogg on a Wednesday. Higher than Snoop Dogg on 420. Like, just...
I don't know about that.
Well, yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah, that was a little much. But holy crap. And I just love it. It just was so good. And they went hard in the paint for it because they knew it was going to be the tits. And I'm glad that they got up to where they got up to. Because I think like early on, when the show was getting on to like they were doing the Mugen Train movie and getting onto the Red Light District season and stuff, they were going to say like, oh, I wonder how they're going to divide up the end or whatever. And the last episode of this is almost like a movie. It's like an hour long, and it's
I still have to watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
it's animated and it plays out like a movie. Danny, honestly, I don't mean to
Well-
overhype it for you, but like, you know, if you thought it was going kind of slow for you before, this like, holy shit. And then like, the way it ends too is like, I don't want to. It sets it up for the sequel. Okay, I'm not. This is not really a spoiler for a lot of people, so I'm just gonna say it.
Well, the sequel is going to be a theatrical trilogy, so
It's the last arc. Yeah, it's right
Yeah,
up
they
to
make
the
more
end.
money on movies.
It's the Infinity Castle, which is the castle where Michael Jackson resides. Hee hee.
And Michael Jackson's going to say to them, "What are you, some kind of demon slayer?" And the audience claps.
And
He'll start singing songs from The Weeknd.
oh,
and
God.
yeah, Muzan Kibutsuji's castle. And so
Yeah, he's not actually Michael Jackson. We just call
we
him
call him that. Yeah, everyone, the internet calls him that because that's what he looks like. Although I swear we came up with that joke first, but whatever. But that being
I
said,
think everybody thought of that.
no, we
Looks
did it first.
exactly like him.
Let me dream. But yeah, no, it's the very last like 2 shots. I'm just like, oh, so sick. And Nezuko is a badass. Everyone's a badass. You can't at this point when that last shot happens, who your favorite character is shattered, and now you have to rethink. You're like, God, fuck. This whole time it was this character. Now it's this one because fuck, everyone's a badass. It's fucking cool. Anyways, cannot wait for the movie. I am going to email someone
Movies, there are
that
going
I've
to be
been
3 of them.
3 movies. I thought it was just gonna be one. Oh, okay.
It says
3 episodes. It says it right here.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that means like 3 episodes, like 3 20-minute things together to make one movie.
It says 3. It says
Format
a
movie.
theatrical trilogy adaptation of the Infinity.
Oh, theatrical
Castle arc.
trilogy. So it's gonna be 3 ass movies. Okay.
That's what I just said. I
I know,
literally
but,
just
sorry.
said that.
I know, no, but I was sorry.
Hey,
I was
Sam,
looking
Sam,
at.
thanks for letting us know it's going to be 3 movies.
I was
All
looking
right.
at the part like below where it says.
Danny, do you know it's going to be 3 movies?
No, sorry. I was looking at the part below where it says movie and then episodes 3. So
Yes,
in my mind,
I see that. But obviously, it's going to be 3
didn't-
full-length movies.
that's gonna be a whole ass. A cheek, and the whole. Anyways, yeah, dude, it's gonna be hype. It's gonna be super hype. I'm going to email this my contact at Crunchyroll and see if they'll get us a special pre-screening.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to watch it on my phone on the toilet.
Oh no. Not that again.
Hilarious.
In a public restroom. No, I won't do it publicly. No, I will, but I'll have my earbud in. Haha.
Hilarious.
Still private. There we go.
Hell yeah, dude. Okay, sorry. Next one.
I think I mentioned this story a while ago, but at Anime Expo, somebody tweeted that they walked into the men's room, and some guy was listening to Joe Rogan podcast out loud in the stall.
What the fuck?
And they're like, "Yep, we're at a convention." This is like 2017 before he went nuts. But anyway, yeah.
But yeah.
He used to be cool. Sidebar. Anyway,
But yeah, I guess that could have been my number 10 also, you know, because it's a sequel, obviously. But like, it was just so damn hype. It beat out the previous 3. So, but yeah, Danny bringing it back to number 6. Roku.
Number 6 for me is going to be Ranma 1/2,
Yeah, buddy.
the readaptation of the original show and
Manga.
the manga. So,
The re.
this show has a great
recording.
opening. Holy shit! It's
you
a
know,
great opening.
I almost like when I was listening.
Or no,
to,
wait. What's the other one?
What other
or-
one?
No, not Ram. No, this one also has a good opening.
You
But I'm
were
thinking
thinking
of
of Urusei Yatsura.
Urusei Yatsura.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Urusei Yatsura
Yeah,
is-
yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
This one also is good though. I think.
I honestly almost picked this OP as my favorite because it's actually really good.
Shampoo hype.
It sets the mood of the entire show, the opening, and it's just I love this. I love this so much. Like I loved Urusei Yatsura, but
Yeah.
Ranma 1/2 is honestly my favorite one.
It's got
Aside from Inuyasha.
because
This is the one where the main character gets wet and they change genders.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because Urusei Yatsura is like slice of life comedy romance, and it does those things really well. But
Mhm.
Ranma Half is a balance of martial arts, action, comedy, romance, shonen, shoujo, and Panda Face Johnson's.
Yeah.
Which is like that's
It has more of like a Chinese influence to it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, because they do the kung fu. But like, yeah, dude. I'm gonna see.
Just because of the panda.
I'm gonna see.
That's the only reason.
Which fight scene, like, fucking something martial arts of like a fucking sport, like which one was your favorite?
What do you mean?
I'll tell you
something
mine.
Martial arts?
Like, okay, when they fucking when Ranma and Akane did like the ice skating martial arts, like which martial arts trait kind of thing was your favorite?
It probably was the ice skating one. Like, why?
Yeah,
I don't
and
remember this. I've seen a couple episodes of the original. I don't remember it at all. They
literally put like martial arts, like baseball martial arts, like
Yeah.
freaking, or later on they do not in this readaptation, but in the original, and they'll probably adapt it soon. But they do ramen martial arts.
Yeah. Right.
So
Okay, the
it's
ramen one.
so random.
There's a saying in Kung Fu, depending on what school of thought or school of Kung Fu you go to, is that Kung Fu lives in everything we do. And this is a very comedic, like, adaptation of that saying. Mm-hmm. It's like it lives in ramen, it lives in ice skating, it lives in wiping your butt. You know, like it's.
I liked the gymnastics martial arts episode.
Yeah,
that one was fun.
I like the shampoo parts too. At the end.
Yeah,
I love shampoo.
Yeah, she's cute.
She's hot.
Just in general. Oh, you mean the character?
I'm gonna get Trisha to cosplay Ranma's dad.
Oh God.
And I'm gonna fight
as
him.
a panda.
Yeah. She's already halfway there. Look at her damn cheeks.
Just have her cosplay as shampoo. That's better.
Oh well, that's private. I remember when the whole Bowsette thing was happening. I was like, I'm gonna see if Trisha will cosplay Bowsette. Someone help me convince.
She walks into the room. Sam, we're doing Bowsette. She's already dressed as Bowsette.
And then Sen on Discord was like, "Oh, Sam, you just went ahead a sec. What about Bowsette? I see you." But yeah, Ranma Half Man. I know. It's hard, right? Because I had Urusei Yatsura season 2 in my top 10, but like, just beat it out for me. Like it just did.
It's just fun. Like
it's more fun for me.
I am definitely kind of biased because I definitely like Ranma Half because I watched it first.
Oh yeah, true, sure.
So
I don't remember what I
it
watched when I was a kid. I watched a couple episodes.
And I have some of the manga too. So like
sure.
I've read it. So I'm already enjoying the story. So I'm definitely going to like the show more.
Yeah.
Than I do with Urusei Yatsura, even though it's like Urusei Yatsura is so beautifully animated and everything like that.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
But this is
animated well too.
It is animated well, even though freaking Mappa took it. But
it's like a toss up. It's like
It's like you want to be mad, but also it's all like, oh man, Mappa, you did a good job. Fuck you.
Fook,
so,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for the next part of this. So
wait, really quick, not kind of off topic, kind of not. Who's your favorite character in Ranma, and then who's your favorite character in Urusei Yatsura?
Ooh.
It's hard, right? I couldn't even.
Because there's some good characters.
I like Shampoo and Ranma, but like that in Urusei Yatsura.
I definitely like Ranma.
And you're saying, yeah, right there, it's easy for me. It's Lum because, whatever. But in Ranma, it's hard.
Yeah, duh.
Nick's like, clingy, too clingy.
Even I know that.
I would also have to say, oh no, not him. Where's the other guy? Oh, yeah, Dr. Tofu. I actually really like Dr. Tofu. He's so stupid, but like he knows he's dumb, but he also knows what the fuck he's doing, which is hilarious. So
he's like Pinky from Pinky in the Brain.
Yeah, but
In a way,
also
in a way.
like the only reason why because he becomes such a spaz is whenever Kasumi just is even mentioned or comes into the doctor's office, and he just becomes like this dumb fool. So, but it's awesome. I love it. But for Yurusei Yatsura, I mean, I like Lum. I think Lum's cute. So
she's the best.
Also, Mendo.
Mendo.
Yeah, like he's stupid and
he's a dumb beefcake.
He's a dumb, but like he's funny. So,
not a himbo. He's the
A
opposite.
himbo. Oh, not a himbo.
But he's
a
also,
jerk,
but like he's afraid of the dark, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
So
he runs and hits the light switch. He's like, shit.
yeah, and he starts
I turn off my light switches as I go.
Yeah,
Mendo-
as you're leaving.
I don't walk through dark hallways.
You're already
Mendo will
outside
talk-
of the room.
Mendo will talk big and like he'll have his chest puffed out and everything like that, but then the immediate moment that you turn off the lights and it's like completely dark, he like starts to become like a crybaby. It's so stupid.
Yeah, dude. Konosuke Uda, he's a director. He directed a lot of One Piece stuff and Pluto. So that's who the director of Ranma half is, at least for this
Nice.
season. I don't know if he.
Nice.
I hope he does the next one, because hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, anyways.
I got to get to my show. You guys spent like 20
we talked
minutes
about
on
Ranma,
it.
yeah. Number
Jesus
Number
Christ.
6, Train to the End of the World.
All right. You're not going to talk anything about this one because no one's seen
I'll
it.
cut that out.
Train to the End of the World is my number 6. This is a show
sucked.
by Studio EMT Squared. It's an anime original,
No, this show
by
was
the way.
good. This show was good.
This show is actually good. Have you actually seen this? Or
Yeah,
just
no,
part
I
of it?
watched it.
Oh, you watched it? Okay.
Yeah.
I put this on here just because it's fucking weird. Like, you're not going to find this outside of anime.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's like really funny. So it's basically it's a little bit like Girls Last Tour mixed with a place further than the universe. I'm just looking at Mal. It is kind of similar to that. A little bit like Rolling Girls. Anyway, so Train to the End of the World it's about how the world kind of went to shit and a bunch of people turned into animals and zombies and stuff because of the introduction of the 7G network technology, and it kind of just plunged the world into, or Japan at least, into chaos. And so citizens transformed into animals. There's also zombies later on, and the main girls are searching for their friend Yuka Nakatomi. And at the end of the show, they find her, and there's like a big, climax to it, and it's crazy, and it's cool. It's really cool because the opening theme plays into the climax of the show, not like literally, but like the animation of the opening theme is relevant to the climax of the show, which is cool. So, yeah, I mean they're on a journey. They're literally on a train that goes all across Japan, pretty much through all of these like wacky environments that are. Like, are these environments even in Japan? Like the way they travel, it's crazy. And they have a guy, 2 people helping them. One of them is a conductor, but he like half has the 7G disease, but he can talk to them for like 5 minutes a day by banging like Morse code into the railroad tracks, which somehow travels miles and miles down to them.
Yeah.
It's like the funniest shit. And so yeah, like one of the girls driving the train, they have these crazy adventures. I fucking love trains. Okay, not to sound autistic, but I love trains. Okay, shout out to Kai. But yeah, the godslolly.com. It's just like this is I think Kai would like this too. There's trains, there's girls, there's friendship. I don't know if he might have. I think I mean it has a little bit of like the friendship, like magical girl elements to it, I would say.
Yeah.
And there's just like a ton of different environments that they travel to, and it's the cast is mostly girls and then like old men. That's
Yeah.
the cast. That's the whole cast.
I love the characters. The ending for me kind of was all over the place.
Yeah,
But, like
yeah, I mean, you know.
I that's why I didn't make it. But like, it's a decent show.
Oh, you didn't even finish it?
No,
or
I
you
watched it.
did?
I watched it all. I'm just saying why I didn't
Okay,
make my
okay.
top 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of like a trigger style ending, if that makes sense. You'll
Yeah.
know when you see it.
But the art director, dude,
it's
Masato
crazy. It
Nomura,
looks great.
he has art directed so much stuff that we reviewed this year, like or not this year, but just in general. Kakegurui, he's art director on the new Panty and Stocking, One Piece, Princess Nine, Star Wars: The Elder, the Visions, Elder, and Urusei Yatsura, both seasons. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, there's some folks that are just
He was putting
Like
in work
visionaries.
this couple of years. Yeah, jeez. Calm down, dude. Save some of
he's
the
going hard in the
resources.
paint, as they
Hard in
say.
the paint, yeah. Yeah, I think it's a deal.
But yeah, Train to the End of the World. This is definitely a little bit of an oddball.
Who's your favorite girl?
It's the lowest. It's the second least members on my anime list of the shows in my top 10, if that makes sense. There are 77,000 my anime list members on this show.
Who's your favorite character?
But favorite girl. Ooh, you know what? I like all of them. Let's see.
Out of the main four.
Oh, you know what? I like Akira, the the grumpy bookworm girl.
Yeah.
Withdrawn bookworm. She's funny. She's super funny. When they figure out how to defeat the zombies and she's doing her thing, I was laughing at that. I mean, I like the conductor. I like all of them. I like the girl who does the Gyaru. She knows like martial arts and she like beats people.
I was gonna
up.
say I like Raimi. I like Raimi, the Gyaru. Yeah, that's my favorite. I'm into the Gyarus.
But yeah, it's a surprisingly good show. I couldn't believe how much it was. I actually was entertained by it. So yeah, Train to the End of the World. Everybody should watch it. If you like Girls Last Tour,
and it's just
mixed
a little
with
out there, which is nice.
End of the Universe. If it's like a comedy version, it's almost like Zombieland Saga too. It reminds me of that a lot.
Oh yeah.
It's a comedy version of all of these like girls going on
Yeah.
a journey type shows.
Yeah.
All the shows on my anime list that they compare it to are like not comedy. Like they compare it to Technolize, and like this is nothing like Technolize. Who the fuck wrote that? Like I don't
End of
know.
the world type shit.
High School Fleet. It's a little bit like that. I mean, it has the same vibes as that. Wonder Egg Priority. Like they're putting all these sad shows. Like this show is not. It's not. It's just comedy.
There's some
so.
sad parts in it, but like that's
Yeah, a
part of
little
the
bit.
story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
it's
are.
not like meant to be like But yeah, okay. Hell yeah. Yeah, I liked it was a good show. Yeah, very entertaining. Very entertaining. Listen, we're gonna talk about my number 6 right quick, okay? And I talked about this a lot in our last seasonal review, so maybe not enough to some people, but for me, it's Mecha Ude, Mechanical Arms. This was a cool show. It's an original show, and this race of things called Mecha Udes come down to Earth long time ago, and they bring this technology to Earth, and these two brothers try and work with the technology to for the betterment of the world and stuff, and that didn't go well at all. And so the trailer for this actually came out like a while ago. Like it was they did like it was like I think it was part of like they showed it like at a convention.
There was an OVA back in 2018.
Yeah. And then they finally were like announcing it like at a convention in like 2022 or 2023, and they're like, yeah, we're finally doing the show. And the original creator is Okamoto. That's just what he goes by. Okamoto or Sai Okamoto. Oh, Sai Okamoto. That's her name. But she's worked as a background artist in some things and some other parts. So 3D animation. She's big on 3D animation, which kind of worked in her favor because they do a lot of 3D parts for the mechanical parts in the show, which I thought looked really well. But basically, they're these things that attach to themselves to the humans, and they become like a secondary weapon. You got like these bad people who treat them as tools, and then you have the good organization that treats them as like, no, they're actual beings that came to our planet. We're trying to help them. And it becomes a war for the strongest Mecha Ude which is the one that attaches himself to the main character. And it becomes this big game of hot potato, hot potato, hot potato. And it just is really cool. And then the main character's like, nah, man, like, you help me, I'm going to help you. It's only right. I'm going to do the right thing. Because my whole entire life, I've just been the background character, and I don't want to be that no more. And I'm going to fuck shit up. And it's like, hell yeah, bro, get your bag and run that shit. And then he gives motherfuckers the smoke. And if I'd have been there, I'd have been like, oh, shit. That's my review.
Wow.
I'm so stupid. But no. Like, I love it. It's a very Sam show. You know, it's got
It
mechanical...
Yeah, this is the most Sam show on the list.
Big mechanical fight shit. Yeah, it's and it's really cool. That's got
Actually, this is the second most Sam show on the
friendship hype moments, whatever, you know. And
list. I think your number one is the most Sam show.
the waifu of the show, the main waifu, Aki, is really cool. She's got like these mecha udes that like are twins. So like one comes out of they almost look like succubus wings coming out of her bag. It's cool. But anyways, yeah, mecha ude, very cool, nice original show, very sweet. Now, I'm going to put a little intermission music right here, performed by myself. Here we go. 1 1 1 1 2 2 3. Next time and Danny.
I thought you were doing the Home Depot jingle for a second.
No, I was doing Menards.
I imagine the little dog with the apron walking around every time I see that.
Say big money at Menards. JK.
It's my money and I want it now.
JK. Hey, let's take a look at some of the top 5 that y'all mentioned on our Discord. Danny, if you want to take it away, let us know what you got.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. So, Azala, his top 5 anime, is number 5, Duke of Death and His Maid, season 3. His number 4 is McCain. His number 3 is Windbreaker. Number 2 is My Hero Academia season 7, and his number 1 is The Dangers in My Heart season 2.
I could have probably blind predicted all of those.
I'll explain why My Hero season 7.
Zayla has very, very distinct taste.
The reason I didn't want to put My Hero season 7 on mine top 10 is
which we
because
agree
like
with.
if you're watching it this long already, it's already up there. So I just didn't include it on my top 10. That's why.
Yeah, we usually try to pick stuff that you can finish within like a short-ish time frame. You know
but
what I
it
mean?
was really hype. It was like almost Hot Shooter Training Arc.
Oh
hype.
yeah, like the long-running shows are great. Like if it's going that long, it's usually pretty good.
It was just really nice because the previous seasons of My Hero like were really slow for a while, and this one got real hype. So, anyways, sorry, Danny, go ahead with the next
good.
contender.
Zilla, please don't beat me up for my McCain review. It's on my list.
The next one is from one of our Discord members, Hanako. Number 5 for theirs is Dandadan. Number 4, Look Back. Number 3, Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War Part 3. Number 2, Windbreaker, and their number 1 is Girls Band Cry.
Nice.
Girls Band Kai, Gazlolly.com. I thought it'd be funny, Danny, if you said Dandadan, and then number 4 is Look Back. Number 5 is Dandadan. Number 4 is Look Back. Like you're stuck in a loop.
Oh, no. And then Sen, their top 5 is number 5 is Ghost Cat Anzu. Number 4.
I can't tell what's number 5. They listed them. It's not even a list. It's just a
I know.
jumble.
It kind of irked me when they posted it like that. I'm like, God damn it!
Follow the instructions. And they put movies too. We should specify. That's
yeah,
fine.
most of them are movies.
Movies are good.
Number 4 for their list is Mononoke. Number 3 is Look Back. Number 2 is Delicious in Dungeon, and number 1 is Dandadan.
And they said honorable
let's
mention
see.
to One Piece fan letter, which I haven't seen
Yeah,
yet, but I heard it was
yeah.
hype.
And then Kai,
Oh, and Ghost Kid, I gotta watch that too.
he
Sorry.
put Kai's top 5. Number 5 is Dangers in My Heart, season 2. Number 4, Girls Band Cry. Number 3, Dan to Dan. Number 2, Hibike Euphonium, season 3, and their number 1 is Oshinoko. Kai put descriptions on why he made the decision for
Join our
his-
Discord if you
his
wanna see
thing.
them.
I'm not going to read it, so
Yeah, we'd have to read everybody's.
I appreciate the descriptions. It's great, but I'm not going to read it.
Kai and Zella have quite an overlap, I think, in their tastes.
Yeah, they kind of do a little bit. Yeah.
A little bit.
So next we have Amy. Their number 5 is A Sign of Affection. Number 4, My Hero Academia season 7. Number 3, Senpai is in I don't even know how the
Otoko no Ko.
frick. Yeah, that.
Not gonna work here anymore anyway.
Their number 2 is Dan to Dan, and their number 1 is Apothecary Diaries season 1. For the I'm assuming for the second half.
It finished
Well,
in this.
it's
year.
and I
Episodes aired this
I'll
year.
take it. I'll take it. So
They were like, I know it's
I have a
starting
show on
to
my
do it,
list.
please let me
that-
have it.
I have a show on my list that does that.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could make that argument for everything because then it's like, oh, season 2. Well, season 1 wasn't this year, so then then nothing is eligible, and then it's just kind of messy. I in my opinion, it's just like if part of the show aired this year, I'm fine. With
I
it.
think we decided that a long time ago. So yeah, I'm with that too.
unless it's like a half an episode.
Yeah, yeah, like that doesn't
If it's like
that doesn't count.
January 1st, half an episode.
Okay, Danny, what's the next one?
okay. The next one is TCB. Their number 5 is Free Run Beyond Journey's End. Number 4, Delicious in Dungeon. Number 3, Oshinoko season 2. Number 2, Makin, the Too Many Losing Heroines. And their number 1 is Dan to Dan.
Nice.
This is a good list here.
Good list.
I gotta.
Yeah, so Free Run also did the same thing as Apothecary Diaries. It kind of straddled both years. So.
TCB's honorable mention is A Sign of Affection, Nier Automata season 2, Kaiju number 8, and Girls Band Cry.
Nice.
And then
Dude, King was just roasting people.
yeah, he was. I had to literally
He's like,
scroll through
I'm
a
Sen.
shit
Please
ton
like me.
of, shit ton of crap. Robot. Excuse me. Their list is Bartender, Mashal, Dan to Dan, Delicious in Dungeon, and Bleach. Honorable mention is Kaiju number 8. Hunter is his top. Their top 5. Tis Time for Torture Princess. Train to the End of the World.
Woo, let's go. Train.
Classroom of the Elite season 3. I do agree that one. Season 3 was pretty good. Sound Euphonium season 3, and Too Many Losing Heroines is his number 1.
I think that's Makin as well.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
AKA Makin.
Nice one.
I should look up how to pronounce that. I've been butchering it.
Yeah, it looks like Maki Inair, but I don't know. Yeah.
And
Okay.
then, hang on. Kami.
Somebody wrote McCain. John McCain.
Kami's top 5. The Witch and the Beast. Number 4 is ReZero season 3. Number 3 is Oshinoko season 2. Number 2, oh, holy shit, I'm drawing a blank. Jobless Reincarnation, season 2, part 2, and their number 1 is Free Run.
Let's go.
Nice.
That's good taste right there. That's good
Doom.
taste.
Doom's top 5. Number 5 is Makin. Number 4 is Monogatari Monster and Off season. Number number 3 is Near Autonoma. Number 2 is Dandadan. And their number 1 is Look Back. And then I think we have one more. Yep. And Ains, number 5 is Solo Leveling. Number 4 is Kaiju number 8. Number 3 is My Hero Academia Season 7. Number 2, Dandadan. And number 1, ReZero Season 3.
Nice job.
And
Nice.
Good list all around. Good list
that's
all
it.
around.
Solid list all around.
Shout out to everybody who said Freerin and Train to the End of the
Shout out
World.
to everyone who said Windbreaker. Shut up, King, bitch. Hell yeah.
Play the fart sound effect on Windbreaker,
If I
please.
missed your list, I apologize. There was a lot of weeds going through because people kept talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick,
It
shut
was
up.
mostly just King roasting people, and then a minor technical squabble.
Yeah.
Fucking King.
Anyway,
Everyone yell at King, dude. No, seriously.
I don't even think King posted his list.
I don't
He
think
did.
he posted his.
He's just being a
Did he?
botch.
he just roasted.
He was just being a botch the whole time.
Wait, did King really do a list? Did
no,
I
he
miss
didn't.
it?
He was
No, I
just
don't
being a
think
butt
so.
face the whole
Oh,
time.
okay. I
He
thought.
said no. He said he liked bartender. That's his entire list.
Yeah,
Bartender.
bartender. King, if you're listening, you are a foolio, but that's why we love you.
Do we want to do our honorable mentions?
First,
Let's do him
yeah,
real
let's do them real quick
here.
before we do our top
Go
5.
ahead,
yeah,
Danny.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. My honorable mentions are Yakuza's Fiancé, Kaiju number 8, and the Haikyuu movie Battle of the Garbage Dump.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's right there in the title. Why would it be in the Battle of the Garbage Dump? Can't put that on your list.
What do you mean?
All right. Garbage dump. That means it's bad.
Oh my god.
Get out of here.
I go by the titles. My one honorable mention is Spice and Wolf, the remake. I just did not get a chance to finish it. Sam hates it.
Button fart. That's what the show's called.
Ultimate Waifu, Holo.
I just say it's season 2, Dangerous in My Heart season 2, Negative Positive Angler, very unique show, slice of life. It just everything.
Yeah, that one is pretty interesting. I should put that on mine too.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Oh, and you know what? My other honorable mention is Danny's Magical Girl Show. All right.
Nice one. And then Red Cat Ramen, mainly because I love it that much. It's just, but it's production wise terrible. Just read the manga. I really only put it on there just so I could tell you to just read the manga. Manga's way better. Cat's running a ramen shop, and I love noodles, so fuck off. But yes, all right.
Oh, and by the way, Makein, it's pronounced Makein, I guess, or Makeinu or
Nice.
something.
Okay.
It's like Japanese mixed with English.
I was going to
kind
say
of.
McCain.
John McCain.
Yeah, John McCain. That's going to be our thumbnail of the episode, everybody.
All right. Nice. Good timing. Now it's back to number 5, our top 5.
Oh, no.
No, we got a different song for this one. Sorry, a different song. Okay, ready? Here we go. Winner take all.
Oh, God.
I'm just kidding. Okay, Danny. Let's get
Okay.
it. Let's get it cracking.
Sorry, I bumped my mic for a minute. My number 5 is Oshinoko Season 2.
Good taste, good taste.
Yes, this came out in summer. Like Nick said earlier, this is just a continuation of the first season. And this is the theater arc where they do a stage drama and everything. And this, I have read past, in the manga, I've read past this, and this arc is one of my favorites. We see a lot of character development in this season, especially for Akana. She starts to realize that she doesn't have to hold back her acting skills, and it definitely shows in this season for sure. So I absolutely.
She takes off her weighted training cloak.
I mean,
like Piccolo.
honestly, that's literally what it felt like. So, especially for her, you know.
Doesn't she idolize the other girl?
No, so
Akane. I'm mixing them up.
it was reverse. Akane idolized Kana when they were kids, and
Yeah, Kana's the redhead, right?
yes, yeah, Kana's
Yeah,
Kana's
okay.
the one with the bob, the red bob. and then Akane has more of like blue longer hair. But I am definitely really excited to continue this show. I actually have to finish reading the manga, being at that it's finished now, because after this arc, we get into more nitty gritty stuff. Aqua really tries to figure things out on who his dad is and everything. So and he kind of tries.
No spoilers. No spoilers for season one.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not.
No,
like,
you're doing good.
I'm not really spoiling a whole lot. But after this is really where Aqua kind of starts putting pieces together, and pretty much outing his dad and everything. So I'm definitely really excited for the continuation and stuff. So
yeah, there was a moment where I was like, what happened to the mystery? But then they delved into it after, like, kind of at the end of the theater arc, they delved into it.
Yeah. So it's awesome. But like the production for this stage play was absolutely fantastic. I kind of
it was crazy.
I kind of felt like I was sitting in the theater watching the production as well. So it was very that
it reminded me of like Revue Starlight
a little bit, yeah.
Rakugo
Even though I
Shinju
didn't
a
really
little bit.
like Revue Starlight too much, but I can see kind of like the comparison a little
Kai
bit.
is punching air right now, Danny.
He'll be fine.
I don't know if you like that or I just assumed you liked it.
Kai punches air whenever we say anything, man. I'll be like,
He'll be fine.
I love cats.
Sam
And
says
he'll
it-
be like, God, fucking
Sam says
Sam.
giant robot and he mutes the podcast.
Sam.
Sam, the fucking robots and cats. You why don't you go play Beyblades, you fart? That is all I got.
Kai will be fine. Don't worry about him. He'll be fine. So, but yeah, like this, the season 2 for Oshinoko, like the direction and the animation direction in this was very, like it was great. Very sharp in certain places, especially like when they're in their stage costumes and stuff. So, yeah, I really, really liked this a lot. I even I believe I watched it weekly because it was just, I couldn't wait for more. So, yeah.
All right, my number 5 is Solo Leveling. This was probably the biggest, I would say, like action shonen of the year, not counting sequels. Not counting like My Hero Academia type sequels. I think this is up there, right? Not counting Demon Slayer, JJK, which I think was the other year. Yeah, anyway, Solo Leveling. It is exactly what the title is. You got a main guy, and he solo levels through this dungeon, and he's trying to, what's he trying to do? Okay, so this is based on like a Korean manhwa, right? Or a web manga, basically, right?
Yes.
And the main character is Sung Jin Woo. We reviewed part of season 2 recently, so take a look at that. Season 1, he's like the weakest hunter. He's starting from the beginning. The first episode, it's like this puzzle where him and some other characters are trapped in this room, and they have to like figure out how to survive. And he's like, I think the only one who survives, or like one of the only ones. And he's the weakest hunter, but he just basically he fucking like grinds and min maxes the dungeon, and he has some sort of like special powers that enable him to like level up faster. I really should have looked up the details on this more closely, because I'm thinking of season 2 right now. That's like stuck in my head. But yeah, you guys have seen this, right? Sam, you've seen Solo Leveling?
Yeah, I haven't finished season 2 yet, but yeah, it's badass. I've read a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just cool. Like, it's just really satisfying. It feels like you're watching a video game. It literally feels like a video game, the whole show. I enjoy the action. I enjoy like the progression of his character just getting like overpowered. It's pretty much, the show is like, I'd win, the meme. Like, that's what it is. He just like, he keeps winning. Like, he has setbacks, but he's a little bit overpowered, and it's kind of fun to watch sometimes. I like the power fantasy once in a while. I mentioned that in the other season.
Yeah.
And it's pretty well paced, and I like the progression of it. I like that he gets stronger and all of that. So the only downside to this, and maybe I should have ranked this a little bit lower on my list, was that he is the main character, and he's like really the main character. Sung Jin Woo is. There's not in the first season, especially second season, you get more going on, but first season, he's the only character that you care about.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for like a power fantasy action adventure show, I would definitely recommend Solo Leveling, especially since it continues into season 2 and you flesh out more of the world. It's just fun to watch. Like it's not going to break the bank, and this is the show that kind of is like the cutoff as far as like the next 4 I'm going to talk about are a cut above all the rest of the shows I mentioned. But yeah, Solo Leveling, I'd recommend it. Good action show. Everyone check it out.
Hell yeah. What are we on? Number 5? Oh yeah, number 5. I put Delicious in Dungeon. This
is a show right here.
This made all of our lists. I'm gonna wait to talk about it. But this,
no, you say what you want.
I just am, I've said it on the podcast before.
There's a lot to talk about in this show. Like we could all say stuff.
There is,
so.
but I guess my main thing for me personally is, and I've said this on the show before, and you guys agree for the most part, is just give me a fantasy anime. Just give me and make it good. You don't have to have someone reincarnated up your butt or out of your butt or whatever, and reincarnated in Danny's kitchen, or I died fighting a dragon and they killed me, so then I got reincarnated in the real world, but then a truck hit me, so I got reincarnated back, and then I ended up having diarrhea for 10 years. Don't give me any of that. Just, you take this really great manga that already has great art, and you make a solid fantasy anime, animated well. And what do you got? You got Dungeon Meshi. But here's the thing. It's not just a party going through a dungeon and killing goblins and shit. It's like the whole point is surviving the dungeon. Because like a lot of the times people don't get past a certain point. But the reason they're able to go so far is because they're able to take the monsters they slay and eat them and cook them. Because essentially the dwarf knows how to cook them. And like it becomes like this, I don't want to say monster of the week thing, but like, it becomes like a cooking show. It's like Emerald Live or the new episode of Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen or whatever. It's like, oh, what are they gonna make? Martin Yan can cook. What are they gonna make this time? Oh man, I can't wait to see what they're gonna cook next week, man. I can't wait to see. And then it's got these elements in it that are sprinkled in there that are like super deep and serious, and you're just like, oh shit. Does he know that thing is in his sword and Danny likes gabagool? You don't know. And it keeps you hanging on because you're just like, I want to know. I want the hot cross buns. I want the hot cross buns. And it's just super cool. I love it. I love all the characters. Every character, they're a ragtag group of just yutzes, and every character is so lovable. And they definitely, for the anime, sexified them up a little bit more.
Dude, there was so much fan service of Senshi.
Yeah, they definitely like.
Oh yeah, you got to see his underwear. Like every other episode.
They definitely made him and Laios
like beefy boys,
more beefy and like kind of more dad body beefy than in the manga, where they're a little bit more kind of cartoonish, I guess. But the manga art, though, holy shit, it's so good. And so, anyways,
if you like grundles, you'll like this show.
But for me personally, it's a great fantasy anime, and I'm glad we just got a fantasy anime. It's great. And shout out to the
all the characters are great in this.
Yeah.
Not just Senshi, but Senshi might have the most favorites, but like they're all really good.
Yeah, Laios is my favorite just because I'm a big fan of the main knight fighter type people. But yeah, anyways.
Oh, I think Marcille has the most because she's a waifu.
She's the waifu man. Yeah, Kimiko Ueno does the series composition, and Yoshihiro Miyajima is the director, and it's just very nice, very nicely laid out. Naoki Takeda is the chief animation director for episodes 2 to 23, and it was all in Buttflix, so that kind of may have blocked people from watching it a little bit. But anyways, That's all I'm gonna say for now. I'll wait till there's so much more else to say, and I'll wait until we get there. But yes, Delicious in Dungeon was my number 5. Bringing it back now.
Okay, my number 4 is Beastars Final Season Part 1.
I'm a fake fan. I'm not caught up. That's why I didn't make my list. That's my fault.
Same.
I'm a fake fan. I know Face Johnson's romance. Sam, you whore. Anyways, Danny, go ahead.
How dare you?
I know, I'm a loser.
Well, I'm also thankful for Snowman for tagging me that it came out, because I
You
probably
forgot.
would have been in the same boat as you guys.
Oh, thanks, Snowman, you bitch. Tag Danny and not me.
Danny's the only one holding the fans back from swarming
hell
us.
yeah.
The Beastars rabid fans from toppling our podcasts.
Yeah, so this is the final season of Beastars. It is part 1. It's a 2-part for the final season. So this first half of the final season, it pretty much it's the aftermath of the battle of the culprit who devoured Legoshi's classmate at school. Legoshi decides that he is going to drop out of school and just begin living alone at the Beast apartments and stuff. Haru and Lewis graduate high school, and so they're going and living their lives as university students. And Legoshi is pretty much kind of struggling on, just living as a high school dropout, really. He encounters with the Beastar, I know it's the title, but in the show there is like a top kind of like, how do I explain it? If you want to, I guess, it's kind of like a celebrity title, really. So, and we get to meet the Beastar, but there's also kind of underground handlings of, elephants getting murdered and their tusks are getting, sold in the black market and everything. So there is another kind of, murder sprees are happening and stuff, and we get to it is revealed of the actual main villain of the show and stuff. So we also get a little background of Legoshi's grandfather. We get to see Gosha, and experience how Gosha became Gosha and where Legoshi came from and stuff. So it's really interesting to see, because we do know that Legoshi has reptilian blood in him. So it's very interesting to see, mixed species breeding with one another to...
Wait, reptilian? Isn't he a wolf?
He is a wolf, but he has a third of reptilian blood in him because his grandfather...
Is he a politician?
No, he's not.
He's a lizard.
His grandfather...
He's Illuminati, Danny.
His grandfather is a kimono dragon.
Okay.
So...
That makes no sense, but all right.
You have to watch it to understand. Pretty much... When Gosha was in his younger years, he came across a wolf during an investigation, and they kind of fell in love, and they made a baby, and that baby was a half, pretty much a half breed of kimono dragon and a wolf. So, but again, it gets explained in the show. It's very hard to explain verbally. So, but but yeah, I was super stoked for this to be back. And it's great. Like I'm going to be super biased about it. Like if you haven't, this isn't going to like awaken anything in you, trust me. I don't think
It's definitely not gonna for me because I was already there. But yeah,
you are already there. Excuse me. Me personally, I'm just in it for the story. I like the, I like the crime dramas and stuff like that, and that's what this is. So, and the twist is just that all the characters are animals. So
They were dead the whole time.
they were dead the whole time. So, yeah, I Studio Orange, you need to get part 2 up and running because I need to know what happens. So, I demand it.
we demand it.
I demand it. So, all right, Nick, what you
Knockington?
got?
All right, my number 4 is another low member show on my anime list. I'm surprised there's not that many. There's only 31,000. The show title is Brave Bang Bravern, and this is a mecha show. It's an original by Cygames Pictures. It's about like super robot, giant robots, and basically what's going on is the world, they have armored weapons known as Titanostriders that are used in warfare, and there's troops from various countries that are on the island of Oahu, Hawaii. And the main two characters, it's a little bit like Top Gun. It's like Ao Isami from Japan and Lewis Smith from the United States. They form this Top Gun style bond with each other, and it gets like it's like super robots mixed with Top Gun basically. It's a little bit like Gurren Lagann in some ways too. There's a lot of like hot-blooded action, like mecha. There's a little bit of like subtle, not so subtle, comedic, played for comedic effect, like BL, like bromance type stuff going on between Asami and Smith. And it's just, this show is just such a great homage to classic super robot shows such as Mazinger Z and other shows like that. And you don't even have to really know a lot about those because I haven't even seen any of the stuff from the 70s other than Mobile Suit Gundam, which is like a more serious version of this. But like the super robots, they're different from the giant robots, where like a lot of the super robots, well, they started as like kind of like toys for kids, right? They were piloted by kids, and then you got into Gundam, and you got like later on shows like Evangelion and like Big O and shows like that, where even Attack on Titan, where the robots turned, or they kind of melded with the humans themselves in a way. And that's what happens here, but it does it in such a funny way. Like, this is a comedy version of Super Robots, which I love, and it's comedy, and it's also kind of like just high emotion, like bittersweet at times. But it's just it's so much guts in one show. You know what I mean? Like, Sam, you've seen this show too, and it's on your list. Spoilers,
Mm-hmm.
but this is it's like this is exactly what I want from an anime mecha show. And again, it's not something you can find in live action TV.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the Top Gun. I guess closest thing is just go watch Top Gun. But yeah, this is just a great show. It's hilarious. There's one moment, if I could convince people, and shout out to Mother's Basement for this, but it's in the show anyway. You get to see a giant robot get waterboarded by the CIA. So if you want to see that, go watch Brave Bang Bravern. I never thought I'd see a robot get waterboarded.
It's
crazy.
It's not canon to the actual Brave series, but it's a spiritual successor to it. And this one was directed by Masami Obari, who was famous for the Obari Punch animation technique. And it just he's worked on Brave shows before, like Brave Police Jay Decker, Sun Firebird, Gao Kaiser. Or no, Gao Kaiser's not a Brave, but anyways, I will get more into it later. It's good.
It's on your list too. Go,
yes.
You can take it away at that point. But
yes.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's-
It reminds me a little bit of Gunbuster.
It's
too.
almost a little too crazy, but it's just crazy enough that just
It's hilarious. Like
good.
the main robot is like one of the funniest robots I've ever seen.
yes. Okay. Speaking of tokusatsu stuff, my number. What are we at, number 4? Number 4. My number 4 is Kaiju number 8. So half of an 8, if you will, half of where Nick had it.
At least it's divisible
Divisible
by
by
4.
By 4.
Yeah,
9-3.
it's divisible by 1 for
by
sure.
1.
Every number is divisible by 1,
I love this manga.
except for 0.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe it isn't. No,
I don't
never
know.
mind.
I'm not.
Don't do math on
I'm
the
not
podcast.
a marine biologist, so I wouldn't know. But, I love this manga. The manga's really good. Naoya Matsumoto is the mangaka, and when they said they were gonna do an anime of it, I was like, man, I hope it's good because there's so much special kinds of action in it. You know, there's action, there's robot action, there's mecha action, and then there's some that are just special, right? Where it's got this element to it where it's just kind of like, you know. And it's got a little special action in it because it's kaijus, and then you have the main character Kafka who becomes a kaiju, you know, and then he fights other kaijus and whatever. And then so when I saw that Shinji Kimura was one of the art directors, and yeah, that's just, I mean, and also Tetsuyo Nishio did the character design. Woo! And the chief animation director was also Tetsuyo Nishio. It looks great. It did it perfectly. This is like how I imagined it when I saw. Oh man, I hope when it's on the screen, I get the same feeling as I did when I read it in the manga. And I did. So I almost like I completely almost forgot about the manga just fucking watching it, man. It's so epic. There's gun action, there's army military action, there's kaiju big fight punch you action, and it's crazy. Lights, explosions everywhere, drama and shit. And then the main character has to like hide it from the rest of the task force because he's like, fuck, if they find out I'm a kaiju, they're gonna kill my ass. And then it's like, you don't think things are going to happen when they happen, but then they do, and you're like, wow. And it just keeps you hanging on, and it just looks amazing on top of it. It's perfect. Perfect is a big word. But, you know, it's, for me personally, it's like the whole package for me.
Sam's holding up the sign like Love Actually.
Love Actually, yeah.
To me, you're perfect.
Yeah, I love tokusatsu shit on top of it. So anytime there's an anime adaptation of some kind of,
You got delinquents, you got tokusatsu, you got big robots.
you got big robots. Yeah, like, honestly.
Face Johnsons.
Face Johnsons, dude. It's great.
I'm just saying, like, general on your
on my list. Yeah, exactly. It's a very solemn list, yeah. As Nick said earlier. And I love it, man. Shinji Kimura is goated, too. One of Sen's favorites, of course. Probably their favorite. But, like, it's done really well. It's very cool. And Nishio did a great job in the character design. It's like, it's not any different than reading the manga, in my opinion. I suggest doing both, watching and reading. Also love the fact that the OP was done by Youngblood, and Youngblood's one of my favorite musicians. So it's a good.
You also can't forget that the ED was done by One Republic.
And run by One Republic, which is not one of my favorites, but the song is good. But yeah, Youngblood is not my favorite Youngblood song, but very cool. They wanted to go big with this project, and they did. So,
They delivered.
They did the delivery. They went to the delivery house and said, "Hey, deliver this really quick." And they were like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, what is the stew? I forgot this. Oh, Production IG. Okay, and then produced by Toho and Shueisha, which makes sense, and Studio Kara as well. But yes, that is my number 4. Bring it back to the top 3 now, Danny. Here we go.
All right. My number 3 is Delicious in Dungeon.
Eating fucking bats and demons and shit.
Oh yeah.
Danny's out here killing bitches and we're roasting them.
Yeah, like this was so fun. I thoroughly enjoyed watching this.
That's something I forgot to say is that it's just fun.
It's so fun. It's like, sit back, in like, have your little blankie over your lap and, have like some snacks with you and everything like that too. And just watch it. I watched it in English and it was just as good. It was very enjoyable, especially in the English. So it knew. I feel like the show knew when to like be fun and lighthearted and goofy with like the food, but then there are some serious moments in the show too, and like with oh, what the heck, it's been so long since I've watched this. When they were facing that huge ass dragon and stuff, like that was just like,
Oh yeah, the dragon, and then it's related to one of the main characters as well.
yeah, it's real.
Without spoiling it.
Yeah, so
Laios.
that, right, it's just, it knows when to be serious in the right moments and everything. So, but I had so much fun. Both like the ED or the OP and the EDs are just phenomenal. Like the music is, I can listen to it all day. Especially the first OP. I believe that was by Bump of Chicken. So that song is just so good. And just the creativity that goes in to at least the first OP, when it's not like flashy or anything, it's just you viewing all of the characters that are in the show, but they're just like gigantic. So I almost picked that one as my favorite OP, but I didn't. So yeah, no, this is, if you haven't watched Delicious in Dungeon yet, please just go and watch it. It's
it's on all 3 of our lists.
Have a grand old time with it. So, and I really did enjoy the newest member of the party. What was her name? Itsumi, the cat girl. I just enjoy that she is kind of like a picky eater. And that kind of like gives Senshi a sense of like, okay, what can he make that will suffice her palate and stuff. So I'm interested to see what happens in the next season with at least with that aspect, for the cooking part. So yeah, Nick.
Very good pick. Very good pick. Delicious in Dungeon. So my number 3, and another show that's on all of our lists, which I think there's only 2 shows that are on all 3 of our lists. So that would be Delicious in Dungeon and this show, Dan to Dan.
Whoop.
Dan to Dan is one of the most popular shows of the year overall on my anime list, for the new shows that came out. And this show is just crazy. It's just fucking craziness. It's a little bit like Mob Psycho 100, Chainsaw Man, Fooly Cooly, Kill la Kill, Zom 100, just all mixed together. It's like, I don't even know how to describe Dan. It's action, comedy, supernatural, elements.
Romance. It's a romance too.
Romance, ecchi. It has everything. It centers on Momo Ayase. She's a high school student from a family of mediums, or like people who, they're basically like psychics, right? And Ken Takakura, or Okarun, he's an alien enthusiast. So aliens and ghosts basically. There's like the mesh between those two, and they're trying to prove the existence of aliens and spirits, and they happen upon a malevolent curse, and they get into a series of crazy, bizarre adventures, and it's just like. The thing about Dandadan is, what studio did this again? It was Science Saru, which I think they also did a lot of the shows by what's his name? Oh my god, I can't remember his name. My favorite guy, Masaki Yuasa. So he didn't work on Dandadan, I don't think, but. And actually, this looks less science.
It's his studio.
It's just the studio.
It's Science Saru.
It is his
But
studio.
he's not, he
Yeah.
left
he's
Science
kind of
Saru a while ago. Yeah.
Oh, he did leave
Yeah.
it. Oh, what did he made another
started
one.
a new
Anyway,
one now,
that
yeah.
they make great. They
do great stuff.
they all do that. Anyway, this doesn't look like Masaki Yuasa, but it's a studio that helped do some of his shows. And so the Science Saru usually picks really good shows. And Dandadan, it looks incredible actually. Like the animation and the action scenes and like the weightiness to the characters, the coloring, everything all together is insane. And it's one of those shows that like it's definitely not for everybody because it is very weird. But if you're looking for something like that, if you like, let's see, what's like a weird live action show that people would, I don't know, if you like Edward Scissorhands or something, or Stranger Things, or what are some weird ass shows? I don't know.
Twin Peaks.
Men in Black.
Twin Peaks or
Twin
or
Peaks,
X-Files.
Men in Black, yeah. X-Files. If you like any of that kind of like really weird stuff, or what is it, The Fly?
It's X-Files and The Exorcism put together, but fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
shonen-y.
It's funny, shonen-y, a little bit spooky sometimes. And then you have like the chemistry between Momo and Okarun. They have like their budding romance essentially.
Yeah.
And it's just overall it's a vibe. Dandadan is a vibe. It's definitely unique for this year. Nothing else is really like it. And so I'd really recommend Dandadan. Sam and Daniel will talk about it more. So here we go. Dandadan is my number 3. And if Dandadan is 3, what are 1 and 2? I wonder what they are.
I wonder.
Holy shit.
I wonder.
Oh, by the way, Dandadan and Brave Bang Braveburn for me. So just to like illustrate it, I had like 3 tiers. My top 10 is in 3 different tiers. Actually, 4 different tiers. Makin is in the bottom tier, and then number 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. They're all in like the second bottom, and then Brave Bang and Dandadan are like the next tier. They're like A tier, and then the top 2 above it are S tier for me. So just throwing that out there. I like tier lists.
Yeah, buddy.
I listen to Marvel Rivals tier lists when I'm at work, so it's like, yeah. By the way, no tier list is useful. Like when it comes to video games, it's not really worth it, especially if it's a live service. Anyway, go ahead, guys. I talked a lot. Oh, here we go.
My number 3 is.
Speaking of Dandadan,
No, my 3 is.
No,
obvious.
we're still number 3.
We're still number 3.
oh shit. Speaking of farts,
Oh, come on, man. My number 3 is obvious. It's Windbreaker, and I talked about this enough on the season it aired, which was it spring? I think spring or fall.
It is
summer?
spring. It's spring. It's spring.
Oh, spring. Okay.
Look
gotcha.
at my list. I put the season
Oh, you did.
that it came out.
Fucking Danny's. That's why Danny's the brains and I'm the brawn. Hell yeah, dude. This takes the delinquent genre and brings it to the current times, brings it up to speed.
It's so good.
The main character moves into a new town. He transfers to this school because he hears that there's strong ass people at this school, and he wants to be the top dog. And then he realizes that the students, that the gang that he joined, are actually community, like they work out for the town and the community, the small town that they're in, and defend them from rival gangs and rival criminals, which is dope. And there's one episode where they fight against this other gang, or one arc. There's like a couple arcs, little mini arcs, and then there's one bigger arc kind of at the end, the last 3 episodes or 4 episodes or so. They fight this gang, and they do it old school. They're like, okay, you pick your top guys, we pick our top guys, and we 1v1 until whoever gets eliminated first, right? Whoever gets knocked out, their whole team knocked out first. And It's like that's old school, but you're bringing it to the modern times. It's sick, right? And Satoru Nii is the mangaka, and I think the manga's still going. I'm not entirely sure. I think it is, but the person who did the character designer. Oh, okay, sweet. The person who did the character design is the chief animation director. They worked on Fate Grand Order, Akebi Sailor Uniform, Occultic 9, Perfect Insider. They worked on Evangelion 3.0, negative 46 hertz, OVA. And they did this very well. They worked on. You can tell some of these action. This is what I call fighting martial arts action, and for having worked on some of the big kinds of action shots and things they worked on, like in Fate Grand Order, or even in the Final Fantasy 15 ONA, they did this really well. You have one guy who's kind of like, he does martial arts and kung fu, very, very, very elegant. And then you have the main guy who's like, he does all these jump kicks. And then you have fucking Leaderface Johnson who just is like, nah, I'ma punch him. Like, and it's all the characters are great. You start learning all their names. It's easy to remember all their names.
Leaderface Johnson.
I forgot his name. Yeah, my bad.
Hajime Yume Miya.
Yeah. And it's sweet, man. Like, if I had to put someone on the delinquent genre, you can't recommend all the old stuff anymore. You got to recommend this one. This is where it's at.
Oh, so you're saying, okay, how does Windbreaker compare to other delinquent shows? Like, would you say it's one of the best ones, or you would say it's number one, or what?
For me, it's, and some will call me a fake fan, right? Because Crows is always going to be gold to me, right? But like, for me personally, I still love Crows. I always will. But if I'm going to if I want to put someone on the genre that's new to anime, and they're not necessarily wanting to go back and watch or read old stuff, which Crows doesn't have an anime. It has an OVA, but it sucks. You have to read and watch
this is a good introduction to like a delinquent.
It is because it's
into like the delinquent world, really.
It is because it's modern. It's brought up to speed. It doesn't use the same I'm gonna be the top dog and take everyone down kind of thing.
Right.
It does because that's what the main character wants, but that's not what it's about.
And it also like they're delinquents, but they're doing good in their community.
Yeah.
So because Haruka, his background, like he was bullied his whole life because of
his
how different. His hair and his eyes. Yeah, his hair and his eyes. Like he just looks different compared to everyone else. So he was always like outcast, and he built his persona off of people hating him,
being a loner.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. And
so when he started at Furin, he was like kind of taken aback, and he was a little freaked out by how close and important teamwork is in Furin and stuff, and especially when he meets Hajime, and how he portrays his leadership and stuff like that. And that big fight at the end, or close to the end of the show, I think I said this when we did our final review. I wanted Haruka to lose because just so that he learns. Like I feel like losing fights earns you experience and what you should do different next time. So I was kind of like a little bummed out that he didn't like completely win. If I remember correctly, it was kind of like a draw kind of thing, because the guy that he was fighting was all like, I'm done, or something like that. It's been a while.
They beat the shit out of each other, and then the other guy was basically like, all right, you got this, man. Like,
he kind of like forfeited, really. So it wasn't like a complete win, but also at the same time, like, again, like I I really wanted Haruka to lose because just the whole fact of just learning from the lesson of losing kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a Food Wars moment, like what Selma had.
Yeah.
In season 2,
So,
I think it was. Yeah.
but I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed the fights that happened during that gang war kind of thing. So
yeah, it's great.
it's fun. It's really fun.
Yeah.
I definitely liked this one for sure.
And the character designs and art look really nice. The manga art looks really nice, so it translates to the anime really well. It's awesome. I think if you want just some simple martial arts delinquent fight action, but with like more to it, more meat to it, this is a good show to watch. And being a delinquent whole myself, I fucking love it. So, yeah. Number 2, Danny. Bring it to number 2.
Okay, so my number 2.
Oh, I thought that was Danny's pick for some reason.
No, she just started popping off because
I
she
just
had it on
started
hers earlier.
talking because
Danny was popping off. Hard in the paint.
My number 2 is A Sign of Affection.
The show sucked.
Oh, this is the deaf girl.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I never watched it.
I watched this one.
This was just fun. This show was up my alley. It's a romance. Also, our main leading lady has a hearing impairment. She is deaf. She has hearing aids and everything. So, just the whole. There's nothing like. I don't want to say special. It's just a girl who has a disability just trying to live her life. And she just so happens to start going out with a really cute boy, and he is very fluent in a whole lot of languages. He actually he knows 3 languages. He knows German, English, and Japanese. So and he does travel quite frequently. So and she just was so interested by him, and he wanted to learn sign language to communicate with her, which is great. So yeah, this was just very wholesome and very cute. Yuki's best friend gets like very kind of overprotective of her, especially when Nagi comes in, tries to tries to tell Yuki that he might be taking advantage of her and whatnot. But yeah, this show was just very fun. Zayla will definitely vouch for it as well with me. This was just a very wholesome, fun show to watch, and I really enjoyed it a lot. So, yeah. Nick.
All right. Hey, Nick, you're
Hey,
up.
Nick,
It's your
you're
turn,
up. Hey, Nick, you're up.
Nick. All right. My number 2 is... Oh, you're supposed to interrupt me.
Hey,
again.
Nick, you're
Okay,
up.
Never mind. Nobody interrupted me
Hey,
yet.
Nick.
I feel
Hey,
left
Nick.
out.
Hey, Nick. Nick, where are you? Hello?
Okay, surprise, surprise, everybody.
go.
My number 2 is Frieren Beyond Journey's End. And if you watched or listened to last year's episode, I put that as my number 1 for the year. Frieren, just like Apothecary Diaries, spanned the course of 2023 and 2024. It was fall and winter. So what I'm going to do is I'm mostly going to emphasize the second half of the show that took place in this year or this previous year, 2024. And even though I think that maybe the first half was like a tiny bit better than the second half of Frieren is still like all-time. It's like an all-timer type of anime. And it's funny because like it's still at number 1 all-time on my anime list as far as like the user score, which is crazy because usually Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, they band together and like outvote everybody. Or actually, I think what happens is, did we talk about this before? I think what people do is like Full Metal Alchemist is like people are okay with it being number one as long as some other random show isn't number one, because it's like the default. You know what I mean? And so Frieren is now like maybe the new default for number one on my anime list. Like, people are not offended by this being number one. I'm not saying it's the best anime ever made, but I am saying like it. If you're gonna tell me it's deserves number one, I'm not really gonna argue with you, if that makes sense. And so yeah, basically Frieren, we talked about it ad nauseum last year and earlier this year. It's about an elf named Frieren, and as an elf, she lives long time, like over 1,000 years, and she has like a decade-long quest to defeat the Demon King, and the members of her party eventually die, and she gets a new party. And in the first half of the season, they go through all those experiences there, and it's like super heartfelt and bittersweet and everything. And Frieren learns more about cherishing the little moments in life and the time that she has with the people that she meets. And so the second half of the season is primarily, there's like two kind of major arcs that they go through. It's the Sign arc, where he's a character, Sein. I might have pronounced that wrong. He's a character who provides more insights into the world's magical history and Frieren's past. And then also the first class mage exam arc. That's kind of the bulk of this last half of the season. And actually, it's surprisingly good. It's kind of like the Chunin exam, like Naruto style. Like it's like, it gets very shonen-y, because like in the first part of Frieren, you're like, is this really a shonen? But it's shown in this arc especially, because you have all these crazy characters and personalities. Of course, you have Frieren, you have Fern, you have Stark. Those are the main three characters of their squad. And then you meet other characters like Ubel. She's like this femme fatale, kind of like a deadpan girl. You have Flam. Flam's a different character. Cyan is one of the guys. Denkin, I think that's the guy. He's one of the mages, I think. He's really funny. There's a part where he's like, you know what we do when we run out of mana? We use our fists. He like just jumps in and starts to try to fight with his hands. He's like this old guy. They go into like this. There's all these like stages of the exam that are. It's both like exciting because you're meeting new characters and traveling with them, and it also illuminates like the world and like more about, you know, the values that Frieren has learned and is still learning, because she also teaches some of these things to the other like elf who's running the exam arc. I forget the elf's name, but she's kind of like the big super strong elf. She knows all the spells, and God, I should know the name here. Do you guys remember the name? It's the elf at the end of the show here. Oh, Ciri. There we go. Or Ciri. So yeah, she's running the exam, and in this exam, like you see Fern's strength, you see Frieren's strength, of course, and Frieren is just like incredibly overpowered. It's interesting because like Frieren is very overpowered and very calm at the same time, and also like kind of an airhead. Like that's what makes her funny. Fern is just like pouty, and you know she holds her emotions in, and she gets into fights with Stark and everything. And you meet these new characters. Lain is like my favorite. She's like the best girl of the arc. She's super funny. She like bullies her friend Laufen, I think that's the other girl. Then the old mage, I love him. But yeah, like what makes this great, like why it's good, is number one, the soundtrack and the animation is just a cut above every single other anime that has aired recently, I think. And who did the soundtrack on this? You guys know? Let's see. Well, Anywhere, Anytime by Malay is the ending theme, and Bliss by Malay is also the ending theme. Oh, interesting note on the ending theme, by the way. So in part one of Frieren, in the first half, it's the same song as the second half, but they use slightly different words to show. In the second half, especially, when they change the lyrics a little bit, it shows Frieren's growth as a not a human, but as an elf, as just like an entity.
It's one of those little things,
and it's really cool. Yeah, it's super cool.
I think that's what's good about Frieren. There's a lot of little things like that. It just
this is a very rewatchable show too, and it gets even better. I think it gets even better on a rewatch, because like the first watch, you're like, wow, this is sad, even in episode 1, and then on the rewatch, you're like, holy shit, this is even better. So this is one of those shows that it gets better and better. I think it's one of the few anime that I would consider giving a 10. I think I bumped it to a 9, but I might bump it back to a 10. We'll see. If I rewatch it, I'll probably just give it a 10. Honestly, like it's that good. So yeah, Frieren part 2 of season 1 is my number 2 of the season, and you might have guessed my number 1, but I'll mention that after this. So I'll give it to Sam. Take it away.
My number 2. I mean, it's Dan to Dan. There's a reason why it's not number 1, and I'll say that when we get to number 1. But otherwise, it would have been. But I mean, it's one of my favorite studios. A bunch of my favorite people work on it. Fugi Yamashiro, Abel Gongora. Which is funny because I didn't know. Or sorry, not Fugi Yamashiro. I don't know who that is. But Junichi Higashi. He was the art director on Jujutsu Kaisen 0. And I didn't remember that. And I was like, oh shit, okay. But he was also the art director on G Gundam, Gundam 0083, Gundam The Origin, Gadgard, and Escaflowne in the movie, and of course, me and Danny's favorite anime, Fairy Gone. Because of Free Underbar.
Free Unterbar.
Yeah, Free
Underbar.
I'm so mad that they didn't give him a German
God
accent
damn it.
in the English dub. I'm so mad about it.
Let's find clips of it and redub it.
Oh my god.
I am.
We'll just
I'm
say
gonna be
Free
like-
Unterbar the whole time.
I'm gonna be on the lam like Jason Bourne, and they'd be like, "What's your name, sir?" And I won't even have a name picked out. I'll be like, "Free Underbar."
Yeah, Free Underbar.
It's the only name I can think of.
But yeah, honestly, this is just a hodgepodge of a bunch of crap, and then you shave it. It's sculpted perfectly to be like a perfect package anime, just like I mentioned with what did I say that before this? That was another perfect package for me. Kaiju number 8. Windbreaker.
I feel like your whole list is a Psalm
It's-
10,
yeah,
like every
Yeah,
one of these.
no, seriously.
Pretty much.
The manga is great too. I'm reading both and watching. It's great. The things that Science Saru does and some of these animators that Science Saru do, that they do in their shows, they do it very well here. They give the characters even a little more wackiness than they already have in the manga, and it works out. It doesn't take away from the story or anything at all. But anyways, let's go to Danny's.
I got a question. How old is the granny? Not the granny, but like the
Seiko?
grandma who takes care of. Yeah, Seiko. How old is she actually?
I think that's one of the jokes that's like she doesn't say.
She's like not even that old or something.
I
Like,
think she's up there, but not not super up there. I don't know.
like
I think
40
it's
or
a
something.
gag that she's like, I'm actually very beautiful for my age, thank you. It's like one of those gags. But I'm just gonna throw it to Danny.
She's probably like 29.
Yeah,
Just like not even old at all.
I'm gonna throw it to Danny.
Well, my number 1 is Dan to Dan.
All right. Speaking of Dan, Danny's number 1.
Yeah, I always want to we read this in Manga Club, and I absolutely fell in love with the manga. So much so that I binged all of it and got caught up to what is happening now. I am a little bit behind currently, but
Same, I'm a little bit behind too.
I was like obsessed. I absolutely loved everything that was happening in the show. It has like it's literally what we've been describing. It literally has everything. It has your comedy, it has your action, it has your romance. It has just aliens, it has ghosts. It's everything just packed in one thing. And it's just I will say, like, I am going to be a little bit of a critic. The anime, I'm not like too thrilled with some of the animation that they chose for certain things. Especially for Silky, like her little the ghost Silky, like her backstory. It was very beautiful.
Oh yeah, that was one of the saddest parts
Yeah,
of the
like
show.
everyone was talking about it. However, like the way that she kind of like offs herself, it's more, I understand it more in the manga than I did in the anime, because they kind of didn't show where exactly she was when she was dancing, versus the panels in the manga. I did talk about that a little bit in our Discord, and I did show some panels of the scene and stuff. So, but, and also to be fair, like animation, you definitely have to elaborate a little bit more because it's movement, whereas a panel, it's only like a few pages kind of thing. So I understand why they did it, but there was just a key point where Silky does like a huge leap off of the building, and you can't really tell on where she's leaping off of. So that was kind of like a little nitpick that I had of the anime. So, I mean, I will forever say that, like, the manga is just one of my absolute favorites. I will always be biased on Dan to Dan. I feel like I talk about it way too much, because I just love it so much. I mean, on King's, on the Drunken Court episode, for the Valentine's Day special that I did with King and Snowman, like, we were talking about Dan to Dan. Dan to Dan is always on the brain for me. So, and I don't know, like, this show is just so fun. I love that it's animated now and I get to hear voices and music and everything. I am just so thrilled that this is being animated, and there's a fan base for it too. Like, people just love this.
You were a butt sniffer, because it's, like, I don't know if you would have read it if we didn't fucking tell you to read it.
You weren't even there. You weren't even the one who told me to read it.
Yeah, you didn't
You didn't even go to the meeting.
Come on.
It was recommended to me long before anyone was, like, reading it in Discord.
Uh-huh. I feel like you say that all the time about something
No, ask
that
Nox.
we read in
Ask
club.
Nox. Ask Noxie. Ask him. Go ahead.
Anyways.
I didn't catch up to it until, like, Manga Club was going to read it, so that's my bad, but you're welcome.
Yeah, I'm not going to thank you, you butt sniffer.
Because you don't like shonen stuff that much, so, like,
And I don't, but I love this, because Dan to Dan is
something.
Dan to Dan is a romance. I will fucking say it. It is a romance.
And it's a better romance than what's its name? Sign of Affection. There you go.
No.
Because there's ghosts and
There
shit
is
they
a
gotta worry about. They gotta
you
run.
Can't put them.
The romance.
If
You
you're
can't
not
put them
running,
two
you're not
together.
romancing,
The romance
Danny.
in Dan to Dan, though, is so good. It's really good.
I love it. I absolutely
it's so good
love
that I
it.
have to harvest the banana.
I just it. Gosh.
They're always trying to pull his pants down.
Tatsu, he definitely knows how to write very well, especially when it comes to like the romance aspect in his manga, and especially the relationship between Okarun and Momo and stuff, and to put in those obstacles like Arya and Gigi, for that matter, especially when Gigi comes into play, because we kind of get to see what Okarun does and interacts with Gigi and stuff like that. So unfortunately we don't get to see too much of it, because we'll see more of that, especially Gigi in the second season, which I'm so excited for. I am so excited for the next arc. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, no, I love this show. I love this show a lot. I'm glad that it's out now, and I can't wait for more figures to come out so I can just buy them all. And just shut up and take my money type of thing. So.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harvest the banana.
Harvest the banana.
The power system and action in it is just so good.
Yeah. And I mean, they don't even especially in, I believe it was like second episode or something like that, or no, the first episode when Turbo Granny, oh no, it was, I can't remember, I'm mixing things together, but it was when Turbo Granny was all like, if you want his like weenie back or whatever, you have to come find me at the tunnel.
This is a real plot element.
Yeah.
and Seiko was all like, well, you guys have to train. But then all of a sudden Turbo Granny was all like, no, you got to come now. Like he just totally skipped the whole like training arc type of stuff. And it's all like, no, you got to go now. So, that like there's no sugarcoating, like there's no pause on like trying to defeat the big bad to go train or anything. No. Like it's literally from 1 to 100 in an
aliens
instant.
And ghosts are not gonna fucking stop.
They're not gonna wait. They're not gonna wait for you. It's either you get abducted and your weenie gets abducted with you and cut off, or you're dead. Yeah. So
the best training arc, in my opinion, is still Jujutsu Kaisen. Just here, watch these DVDs. Watch these movies.
Watch these movies.
Yeah, so stupid. But anyways, yes, Seiko, best girl.
Yeah.
My wife.
All right, Nick, what's your number one?
His number one is my wife.
Number one is Delicious in Dungeon.
Oh,
this is my number one. Surprise, surprise. And I picked this because, like Frieren and well, I don't know. I mean, it just has. Oh, actually, yeah, like Frieren, these two are in my S tier class of anime. Like they're above like 99% of other anime. Where like the world building in both these shows, and especially Delicious in Dungeon, is just, it's like you can't even beat that. Like, how do you match the world building in Delicious in Dungeon? They go down to like the microscopic level, like, and they do it in a way that's like fun. It's not just like you're reading a boring textbook. Like they, when Senshi describes like the nutrient factors of each like beast in the world and like how they do these things and make their meals, you learn about the world and like the dungeon as you're going, and it's fucking crazy. So like, I asked ChatGPT and it had a good line. It's like, it has gourmet storytelling. That's how I describe Delicious in Dungeon. So like they battle the monsters and they learn like how to fight them by eating them, pretty much. It's just like, I don't know how. Again, you can't do this in live action, at least not cheaply, and it would look all weird and creepy. But with Delicious in Dungeon, they fight so many crazy things. Like they eat a nightmare at one point. They eat like sirens. They eat suits of armor, which turn out to be, what do they call it? Like mollusks or whatever, like little crustaceans that are actually moving the armor. Same with like mimics. It's a similar type of thing. Like the way that the world is designed it's like on a level that's kind of similar to like Lord of the Rings. Like that's how deep it goes. Like that's how overly built this world is. It's freaking crazy.
It's definitely way more crazy than how I was describing it earlier. Like it's they're
yeah.
Unique.
Like they eat a mandrake.
Unique,
yeah, like the screaming mandrakes that you rip from the ground. And there's a hilarious scene with Marcille. She like gets frozen by the mandrake, and they dive into a painting at one point. They eat a painting, I think. It's like it's almost like they're in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, and everything is fucking edible. Like they just rip a flower off the ground and start eating it. Like it's crazy. But yeah, like at the same time as like they're eating stuff, like you learn about the like politics and social dynamics of every race in the world, like the elves, the dwarves, the humans, the halflings, all of that stuff. The ogres, like, and you learn like why they're they are how they are, because like the elves are kind of hoarding a lot of the magic and everything. You learn about Senshi. You learn about who is it? Fallen, Laius's sister, I think. Is that right? You learn about Chilchuck. He's the halfling, but he's like actually kind of old as a halfling. And Marcille is just like this crazy elf girl. She's hilarious. God, it's just like every single character, all the main characters are like S tier level of, endearing and funny, I think. And then it's also has like the heartwarming moments similar to Freerun. Like both these shows have like funny characters, but also, you want them to do well. Like you actually care about them, and that's why the show is so good. And then the animation is top notch. The soundtrack is top notch. It's Studio Trigger. I think this is Studio Trigger's best anime that they've ever made. That's better than Kill la Kill, I think, or at least as good as Kill la Kill. Then that's like pretty high praise for me. Different type of show, but I think it's up there. Like maybe Kill la Kill is more iconic at this point, but give it time.
You're starting to do the Nick thing where you're being a Nick right now.
This is the best piece of media ever made, ever. So I'm just kidding.
No, it's good though. It is. It's. I can see why
that doesn't work when you say that. People have too high of expectations. Then
it's. I can see why it's your number one for show though. For show. Yeah, and like if we were comparing, if it was the full season of Freerun versus the full season of Dungeon Meshi, then Freerun would come out on top for me. But it's actually like kind of close. Like Dungeon Meshi is really fun. I gave it a 9 out of 10, and I give barely any shows a 9 out of 10. On my list. So yeah, Dungeon Meshi, Delicious in Dungeon, goated anime. And this is also the type of show I would recommend. Delicious in Dungeon and Freerun. Unlike Dan, I could recommend these two shows to any person on the planet, pretty much. I don't care who you are, old, young, male, female. These shows are for everybody. They're well
great.
Rounded.
So yeah.
Hell yeah. I forgot to mention that Kensuke Ushio does the music for Dan.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, fucking for real.
He's fucking goated.
Yeah.
He did Devilman Crybaby. That was like his best one, I think.
I'm gonna tell you what. I think everyone hit the nail on the head by putting Dan on their list. I think Danny hit it on the head by putting it as her number one.
But we're all wrong.
But you're all wrong because the actual number one is Bang Brave Bang Bravern. And there's one Discord member who's also a patron, Maze, who stands by me with this. If you fucking know, you fucking know, okay? Based on the Brave series, which is made by a Japanese toy and anime company, created by Takara and Hajime Yatate at Sunrise. I think it started with, I don't remember the first Brave. Something Kaiser, something Grandizer, Kaiser, Heiser, Pfizer.
Mazen Kaiser Z.
Yeah, Nick Kaiser.
No, I don't know.
Nick Kaiser, Danny
Sosei, whatever.
Gao Kaiser, whatever.
Kaiser rolls. Those are pretty good. I think they eat those in Delicious in Dungeon.
He bakes in the middle of the cave.
They make them out of mermaids.
The rights are now owned by Bandai Namco and not Takara Tomy anymore, which is fine. Takara is a company that's been gone for a while. But anyways, this is not part of the main Brave series. This is a spiritual successor to it. It takes place like kind of in an alternate Earth. But anyways, Lewis Smith and Nasami Ao meet each other in Oahu, Hawaii, with the joint American-Japanese military exercises, and a mysterious enemy invades the island. And the invaders are called Death Drives. And they pilot Bravern. A robot named Bravern appears and asks Asami to pilot him into battle. And the Death Drives are also super robots like Bravern. But yes. There's more to it for the Death Drives. They're piloted by special kinds of human type people. But that being said,
New types, almost.
That being said, yeah, okay.
Everybody's a new type.
That being said, this was directed by Masami Obari. Again, famous for coming up with the Obari punch technique. If you go into our YouTube shorts and you see a little animation of manga version Sam doing a punch, that's the Obari punch. You'll recognize it right away. You can just type in YouTube Obari punch, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Art directed by Takumi Hashimoto. Character design by Koichi Motomura. Original character design by Kamo Kamen, which was like one of their first, I think it was their first time doing it. But the mecha design was by Obari himself, because he is a mecha designer. That's what he does. He's worked on things like Fight Ixer 1, the original Bubblegum Crisis. He did the DD design. Voltage Fighter Gao Kaiser. He worked on Brave Police J. Decker, which is another Brave. Brave Fire Sun Firebird. He's worked on sequences on Pop Team Epic. The guy's been around town. A lot of his work can be seen in the Super Robot Wars video game franchise. And this was his first time to kind of just take an already existing property and have fun with it. And when I say he had fun with it, he had a little too much fun. Too much fun that it created this comedic but serious masterpiece. And also super gay. And
this is one of the gayest giant robot shows. It's up there.
Like fucking Top Gun beach volleyball sequence. Like it's...
Dude, and then when they're boxing each other and they fall on top of each other and the one girl's like, oh! The robot pulls out like a boom arm that's like a microphone camera
and
thing.
Yeah. And Bravern, dude, he has his own personality and he's insane. He 3D prints action figures of himself and goes, dude, check it out. Look what I made.
Oh my god! Oh, I forgot
what are you
about that.
doing?
He's making gunpla.
Yeah,
I remember that scene. I'm like, holy shit!
The complexity of the stupid comedic and gay undertones and serious robot fighting juxtaposed together created this fucking just dumb thing, and it just is so fucking good. And that went over some people's heads, and that's probably why it just has like a mid score. But like, no, if you know, you know. Okay. Now, aside from that shit, the Bravern design is really nice. The character designs are very nice. I like Lulu's character design. She kind of falls out of a death drive, and
she's like an alien.
Yeah,
girl,
she's like.
kinda?
It turns out that she's like,
she's a human.
She might
but
be on the other
human
side.
alien, humanoid alien.
There's Superbia, who's one of the robots, one of the death drive robots. Signities and Cunis. They're all sweet designs, all great designs.
The death drive robots just like want to die.
Yeah, like they're
much.
ready to fuck. And I don't know why. I forgot why they're invading, but they see that Bravern is at this base, and they're like, okay, we got to kill that thing because obviously we won't be able to invade Earth if we don't kill Bravern. And this is not like your typical Brave series, okay? Like Fiber and J. Decker are more so like the, come on, let's go, guys. Yeah, let's get the villain. Rocket punch, whatever. This is like Top Gun and Lolly Girl Lulu likes one of the main characters. Hot military chicks, military action, but throwing some big tokusatsu robots in there, and it happens to be a Brave robot. And Masami Obari doing callback animation techniques every fight, it's a very Sam up my butt thing. And then because of its weird comedic juxtaposition with big robots and other things, it's like it kind of runs through Nick's alley a little bit on the way to my butt, and it's just like really funny. And dude, yeah, that's the reason why I beat Dan to Dan. I, I honestly,
this is like made for you.
It was
specifically.
It was. Danny loves Dan to Dan, and I totally get why it's like the perfect package for her.
We all
And
do though. We all have it in our top
we all have it
three,
in our top
right?
three,
So
but this was just. It's like, what are you, gay? Maybe. But there's a big robot, and that's all that matters. Like, he gets waterboarded. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't fucking know. I don't know. You just have to watch it to get it. And if you don't get it, then that's okay. It's fine. Me, Nick, and Maze will do our rewatch in the corner.
hey, more for us. More for us.
More Braven for us.
I think in another year, in a different year, I might have this one higher,
Yeah.
like number one maybe. But this is a top heavy year for me.
This was a great year for all of us. But yes, I went on too long there. I apologize. But honestly, yeah. Let's go on to our favorite OPs and EDs, and we'll give our final thoughts. And yeah, let's start with Danny, of course. Danny, what's your favorite OP and ED?
My favorite OP is by the Magical Girl and the Evil Lieutenant used to be arch enemies.
Oh, okay.
It is. The song is called. You're gonna have to say it because I have no idea. I have literally have no idea how to pronounce.
Yeah, Nick got it.
Macance Rendezvous.
Okay.
Is by
Rendezvous is French. I don't blame you. They don't know.
It's fine. Is by Lazelle. I honestly had a very difficult time deciding on an OP. Like my top contenders were this and the second OP for Delicious in Dungeon. They both are similar, like how they are animated and stuff. But honestly, Nick sold on me, and he said pick this one.
I'm just like second one, smoky face. I didn't do anything else.
It's good. Like it's very, like they put a lot of thought and a lot of, I think most of their money into making the OP. Yeah, it's great. The song's great. I love the song. It's very catchy. It goes really well with the opening animation and everything like that. So, and then the ED, my favorite ED is Beastar's Final Season Part 1. It's Feel Like This by Yuka. This is very interesting because they kind of make the animation look like they're kind of like paper mache almost, like just little like paper puppets kind of. So yeah, this is just very subtle. And the song is great. I mean, it's a very I would say very calming song to listen to and stuff. So I liked it a lot. I definitely wanted to showcase more OPs rather than like just me automatically picking Dan to Dan, because I mean that OP and even the ED for that is great. I just wanted to showcase other great OPs and EDs from this year. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick.
My favorite opening of the year was from Dan to Dan, called Otonoke by Creepy Nuts. They also did Mashal OP, which has like 100 million views on YouTube. It's insane. And it's a kind of a similar sounding song. It's like a hip hop style with like upbeat melodies.
I believe they said they were
chaos.
inspired by a lot of like old school hip hop, like 90s and 80s. Hip hop.
Yeah, and you have like close ups and psychedelic colors and characters like dancing, and it's just You see a bunch of monsters in there, creepy grandma, the I say Dan. It's fucking insane. Like, this is not like most anime openings. I'm kind of going for a uniqueness
I was
angle
able to
on
Goro
my
who did
picks.
storyboard for it. Yep.
Even though this isn't unique at all, I think this is like the number one most viewed OP of the year. That's like a new OP. Now, I think Mashal also had an OP this year, but like this is like up there anyway. But yeah, Dan to Dan by Creepy Nuts. They did that one. So it's crazy. Everyone just watch it. The favorite ED of the year, surprisingly, I was going to pick Freerun, but I picked that one last year. And also, this one really caught my eye. Brave Bang Bravern ED is just fucking hilarious. Like Sam said, it really leans into the gay vibes where you have the two main characters like singing like opera style at each other, like the Phil Collins like Rain song, and they take off their shirts and they're like touching hands. It's just the funniest shit ever. It's like a booming like sad song, but it's supposed to be sad, but it's funny.
Yeah. It's like they're trying to be serious, but you're just kind of like you're chuckling. You're like, oh.
And this one is called Babang by Susan Bang Bravern by Bravern CV Kenichi Suzumuro.
It's his voice actor. Yeah. Or Bravern's voice actor. Yes, good one. My opening was Zetai Reido by Natori for Windbreaker. The song is okay. It's really catchy, but like it's nothing crazy. But it's just like the perfect opening because it showcases all the characters, it showcases the threat, it showcases what the show is all about, and it's animated really well. It's just super cool to watch. It's like it gets you hype for the show. It gets you hype to see people get their ass kicked and people kick ass, and it makes you want to kick someone's ass. So every time I watch it, I want to kick someone's ass. So I have to do that. It sucks.
I could see the anger. I'm like, I know Sam is punching air when she's watching
I'm like,
Windbreaker.
fuck yeah, dude. I'm gonna beat someone's ass right now. Shit.
You're like just shadow boxing.
I'm like, but yeah, and then my ED, as Danny mentioned earlier, Nobody by One Republic for Kaiji number 8. Really good song. I'm not a big fan of One Republic, and also the sequencing is very, very cute and wholesome.
Oh man, I remember this one.
It's like a really.
Why does it sound like all their other songs?
Yeah, it's a really cute and wholesome like sequence. It's like everyone in their kind of natural environment just chilling and laying around, done by photos being viewed on a computer screen, and it's kind of.
Wait, is this a song they already made? Like an older song?
It's a newer song, I believe. They're famous for their one song.
I feel like I've heard this song before.
Maybe I'm not sure. I don't listen to one.
Counting Stars or something.
I don't listen to One Republic, so I don't know. But they're famous for their song. It's too late to apologize. It's too late
to apologize.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, I know these songs. Yep.
Yeah. But anyways, final thoughts on the season, guys. What do you think? I thought it was pretty heavy. I had some that were like. I couldn't make my list was hard.
Mine was hard for the bottom third of it.
Yeah. But
then like the top half, and actually the more that I think about it, I should probably switch around Solo Leveling with Train to the End of the World. I think I'd put Solo Leveling like at number 8 or something. Anyway, but yeah, I would take Makin off or Makin if I. Watch Spice and Wolf and so on, but like, yeah, I feel pretty good about all of our lists. I think we did a good job.
Danny,
I think it was a pretty good year. Like it was a pretty decent year.
What about you, Danny? What do you think?
What were you talking about? I'm sorry, I was looking something up.
Oh no! Just final thoughts on this year.
It's bedtime.
I feel like. Winter, the beginning of the year was really strong, and then like kind of spring and summer were kind of like niche, really. And then
summer I didn't watch shit.
And then fall came, like ended with a bang.
Hard, yeah.
It was feast or famine for sure. Feast or famine, and famine in the summer. Yeah, you're right. Danny's right on that one.
Danny hit it on the head. Yep. That's what I'm saying. I agree. I agree with both of you.
This might have been one of the best winter seasons in recent memory, honestly, because you had Delicious in Dungeon, Freerin. Was Bravern in that season
Bravern
too?
was Bravern was
That's
spring or winter or spring.
was it? I think it might have been.
Winter, actually.
Winter. It was
Dandadan
winter.
was fall, I think.
Winter.
Yeah, that's like 3 of my top 4 are from winter, and they're all fucking bangers too.
Bang bang.
They're all like
Bravern,
insanely
bang,
good.
Bravern.
Also, Nobody, the ED for Nobody for Kaiju number 8 was a new song.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I figured it was a new song.
Yeah.
I don't listen to One Republic, so I don't fucking know. But you know.
That's what I was looking up.
Oh, okay, nice. I wonder if they made it for the
I'm
show
gonna
or was
post
it just a
Sam's
newer
favorite
song
song
they
in
picked?
our-
I
our
think
chat
I
right now,
saw
Sam.
something. I think I saw an article or something like that they were asked. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But the song Nobody is on their Artificial Paradise album that came out last year. But it also has like a dash and it says Nobody dash from Kaiju number 8. So it does say like this is what it's from kind of thing. So
This is the kind of song they'd play in a department store. You know I'm right.
Well, okay, maybe, but shut up. You know, like fuck you.
Dude, Sam, you're department store pilled. Sorry.
I went to Macy's one time.
Not cool like me and Danny.
Oh, you good? Poopy. Hey. No, I agree. I agree with both of you. I think you guys hit it way more harder this year than I did. I had a lot going on this past year, and I had to pee a little bit. Sometimes you gotta pee a little bit. You know what I mean?
I still think your list is the most directly geared toward you, though. If that makes sense. My list is scattered. Danny's is pretty focused on her, but like, this was a Sam year for anime.
I think there's a severe lack of Face Johnson.
That's true.
Yeah.
well,
That's
if
true.
you would have watched Beastars, it wouldn't have.
I know.
Yeah, that's a good point. You could chop off one of the
Fake
bottom
fan.
two.
And everyone's gonna say, "Oh, Sam doesn't like cats." Well, shut up. Because Night of the Living Cats is coming out this year, and it's gonna be great. That's gonna be my top show of 2025. I can tell. Night of the Living Cats already, man. I'm excited for that. Anyways, hey, shout out to all the Discord members who posted their top 5. Thank you so much. Love you. And shout out to Danny and Nick for doing another year of bullshit with me. It's always good to go over what we watched and see how much of our shows overlap and what we love and don't love and all that stuff.
Whose list was your favorite?
Whose list do you think had the better? Who had the most rounded, who has the better taste out of our 3 lists?
We all know that it's me.
It might be Danny. But that being said, thank you guys, and yeah, let us know who you had who had the most agreeable list, and we are excited to get started on this next year. And if you've been asking about the Summies and the Plummies, they're Plummet and the Summit joint podcast award show. We are planning it right now. We're at the beginning stages of planning it, and we'll make sure we announce that so you guys can get in there with your votes. And Summies and the Plummies and the Plummet and the Plummet Summit, Plummet of the Summit Deluxe. That being said, I love you guys very much. Thanks for joining us for another annual Summies. I've been Sam. That's been Danny. That's been Nick. Production assistant Honey Bear. And Mochi. And we've been the Anime Summit Podcast.